4, 3, 2.
Well, hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot, Die, Repeat, where a bunch of us independent, freedom-loving Americans...
America.
We're going there again.
Yeah.
America.
Well, it is 4th of July.
4th of July week. Sit around and we do some dice rolling, a lot of laughing at each other, especially as our chairs squeak, and do some collaborative storytelling known as Dungeons and Dragons. And we are excited to have you here joining us. We thank you.
I'm going to be a jerk all night.
You are going to be a jerk. Eli is totally dying permanently tonight. On our adventure. And if you haven't seen any of our past adventures, you can go on YouTube. They're all up there and you can catch up. We are, of course, a bunch of amateurs who have no idea what we're doing, so we're constantly trying to dial in the sound and the video. So if you see or hear things that are off, please let us know in the chat. And in fact, we would love for you to be active in the chat with us. We have our producer who is standing by and ready to engage. So let us know you're there. Let us know what we should do, what our players should do as they go through our little adventure. We would love your input. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can actually give our players advantage as they go through their little adventure. And I can promise you they will need such things tonight. Sure, throw it over. Thank you. And you can purchase advantage for 100 bits. Just name the player that you're giving it to. You can also purchase advantage for the DM. Or you can even purchase disadvantage for the DM for 500 bits. And let it be known that I still have a disadvantage on me that has been purchased and not been used yet. So the player or the DM needs to name it before the roll.
Name it and claim it.
Name it and claim it.
Name it. Claim it.
And then we will see how it goes. Of course, if you like the show, we would really appreciate you subscribing to the YouTube channel, which is free, and following us here on Twitch. If you're feeling particularly kind, you can also subscribe to us here on Twitch, and that would be greatly appreciated. And if you're a friend of the show and you've given us some of those Amazon Prime free subscriptions, we do remind you that you need to update those monthly, and so we would appreciate that you renew that as you watch. All right, well, I think that is everything. We have a couple of our players en route, and they will be joining us as they arrive. But for the rest of us, let's jump into tonight's episode of Loot, Die, and Repeat. And we begin, of course, with a little recap. Now, our adventurers, Moniker, have been pursuing several leads, several different opportunities for quests in and around Waterdeep. They have just returned from rushing to the aid of the city of Amphil and rescuing several key targets, including the Lord Warder, the leader of Amphil. They reported to the Black Staff of Waterdeep, Vajra Safar, the highest ranking mage in the city, and were offered the opportunity to be called Friends of the Black Staff. Each of the parties accepted that invitation and received the Black Badge, which assists them in their charismatic endeavors throughout the city and allows them a 10% discount on all their goods and services in the city. They also did a little bit of exploration and acquired some quests, at least quest opportunities, in particular to check out what's going on in the harbor of Waterdeep, as well as the underground retreat for the Temple of Agma, which is the Font of Knowledge, the largest library in the city. And they recognize that the construction going on their house on Troll Skull Manor was stalled because of some supernatural tampering, shall we call it, as they tried to secure the foundation of the building. And so, not wanting to have the construction and renovation stalled, Moniker has decided to journey into the basement, where it was revealed by Morthos and Vincent there is, in fact, some sort of secret chamber beneath the building that they need to explore and is, in fact, guarded by some hostile sentinels that they will have to take out. And so, it is around 8 o'clock at night, and Moniker has formed up, gone down into the basement, pushed aside the secret panel, which gives way to a darkened 5-foot little pathway, and they have lined up, ready to trek into the basement. And as you can see on the map here, imagine this being the opening of your basement, which is about a 20 by 20 area. Vincent stands at the crux of the hallway, which bends down a 5-foot wide path. I just put this order out here. If you would like to change the order, then by all means do so. I assume you have Zeus with you, but if he's not with you, then let me know. Hold is at the front. Hold, the doorway is a 10-foot opening before you. You've kind of peeked your head around, but have not yet gone in, and there are in fact 2 sentinels standing motionless astride what looks to be a caved-in opening here, and you can't see beyond that. It is a caved-in mishmash of debris and detritus, as there are beams and stones which have covered what looks to be a walkway descending downstairs behind almost another barred door. So, Moniker, what do you wish to do?
We ready?
If there was ever a time to kick in a door, now's that time.
Is the door open? Alright. Or is there even a door?
There is no door, it's just a 10-foot wide.
If there was ever a time to kick in a metaphorical door,
Holt says
This would be it.
you have been judged to deserve punishment.
me?
And he runs around the corner.
Oh.
Oh boy.
No,
All right.
boy.
So, you are rushing in, and I need all of you to roll initiative.
Where's my dog? You didn't happen to print me a new guy, did you?
No, I didn't have time to.
Okay. What's his HP at?
Tell you in a second.
I think it's 30.
Who's
but-
got, who's updating D&D Beyond? Are you doing that, Adam?
It's D&D.
No, because I don't have the login information for that.
Get it?
Live. I don't have my laptop.
Alright.
I don't want to do it.
Good work, guys. We are prepared.
So what we do,
Be prepared.
so he's got
Yes,
30 hit
I'll
points,
take
Zeus is 30 hit points. And all the same abilities as before.
Nothing hits harder.
No, he's all the same. At level 5, as you guys know, he will gain a proficiency bonus. Okay.
It's a basement. It's a little creaky down here.
Yeah, apparently. So, with the initiative, 21 to 25.
21.
24.
Eli had a 21, and Morthos had a 24. 15 or 16 to 20.
19.
18.
10 to 15.
Zeus had an 11.
Apparently I was 17.
You were 17.
Anyone roll for my Landra? I did. 18
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
plus
whoa, whoa.
stuff.
I got 18. He got 17.
Yeah, I insist that he goes ahead of me.
Melandra got an 18 plus whatever
Okay,
her
we've been down
initiative
here
is.
before. Let him go first.
Yeah, you go.
Plus 2.
I think she's plus 2. Okay. Someone roll for Sola. Add 5.
She got a 3.
13.
3. Okay. Plus 5 is 8. And someone, Melcine?
7.
7. So you are last. All right. Very good. So, Austin, is this level now or even now?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Morthos, you see Hold rush through the opening directly ahead of you,
Typical.
and
Typical.
you have the opportunity to act before he does, or you can hold your ground. What do you wish to do?
I actually wish to attempt to hide in stealth.
Okay, so that's your bonus action, I
Yep.
assume. So roll a stealth check.
That would be a 29.
29.
So proud of yourself.
Okay. Very good. That's your bonus action. Do you care to do anything else?
No.
Shoot hold.
All right, so Morthos' turn. Eli, you're up as Hold rushes in, and you can make your way forward as you have just a bit better anticipation if you care to go in ahead of him.
Nope. I will move, but get right behind him.
Okay, well, you have to move before him. You can't move.
But isn't that where he is? At the foot of the door?
He is, and there's no room to move behind him.
Then I will hold my movement until there is room for me to move.
Okay.
And potentially my action if I can move in there
Well, you can move in right now.
and be flanked. I could.
You could.
That's metagaming. I get that. I'm gonna hold.
All right, so you're
So
passing.
am I.
You're passing your turn.
Hold.
Very good. Mylandra also waits as the enemies prepare, and Rygar. What are you doing, buddy?
I suppose
You hear Hold say something about Agent of Justice, and you assume he's rushing in.
And to my best assumption, I will hold.
All right, very good. Hold is now up.
Hold holds.
Yeah, I run around the door. No. I walk tall around the door
Uh-huh.
as I finish my statement
Okay,
that they have
so
been
you,
judged to deserve punishment.
you step forward, and you now see clearly the two sentinels, which seem to have heard your cry. And do you step towards any one of them in particular?
Are they looking at me?
You can't tell. They look like animated suits of armor.
Mhm.
There is a glow to their eyes, a reddish-orange glow. And there seems to be that same reddish-orange light kind of emanating through
Do you speak
the
robot?
cracks
Yeah.
in their armor. They each hold a shield and a sword, and they certainly look ready to defend.
And then, as he comes around the corner, he says, "Unless you can prove you deserve mercy."
You hear no response.
Shocking.
Very well.
Oh.
Punishment. I walk quickly, standing tall, to the one on the left.
Darth Vader style.
And I
So-
attempt to subdue him to his knees.
Okay. So you step up here, or
Wow,
whoop,
very
further in,
domineering.
Here.
I'm sorry, to your right.
Oh.
Yep.
Here or here?
You're covering the whole thing.
There or there?
I will be, that's the closest one, right there.
Right here.
No, where I am.
There you are. Okay.
Sorry.
So as you approach, that one takes 2 swipes at you,
Excellent.
and that is
Miss.
a 16, which misses,
Shield.
and a natural 20.
Miss.
The first one of the night. and you take 12 slashing damage as you move into position to attack him.
I have a question.
Yep.
That I don't know. I think in at least previous versions, if something crits you, it's an auto hit. But if it still wouldn't have hit, if it wasn't an auto crit,
It would have
you
been.
take both dice still? Or is it just one set?
It's the way that I'm playing it is it's an auto hit. It would have been
I
a
know.
24 if you had his.
I know. Okay, never mind.
So it still would have hit you.
I don't think it's a 5e thing. Never mind. Go ahead.
Always gotta be difficult, Steve.
I just
Hold.
I've never had a high enough never mind. High enough AC to
I
even
know.
question it.
Yeah.
You played worthless necromancers before.
Not worthless.
Okay.
He'll be back.
Are you making an attack? Or are you?
Oh, I'm
grappling
I'm
him?
gonna attempt to subdue him. Yes.
So you're trying to
I'm gonna
grapple him.
grapple him.
All right. Make your
Come
roll.
on, baby. $12.
15.
Excellent.
So he is not grappled.
I will use my second attack to forcefully grapple him.
Okay.
You were asking before, now you're telling.
Down! Come on, baby. 19.
12.
You will submit.
So he is held
like
fast
the whole
in your
thing.
I
hand
don't either.
as your stone and wood and metallic frame rushes forward. He puts out his shield expecting a blow, and you go to grab him. He
title's
knocks
going
away
in his
your
head.
first hand as he slashes you 2 times with the shield, with the blade, the second gouging your chest. And as it gouges your chest, you reach with your other hand and clamp right onto its throat and hold it fast right in place.
And then my other hand takes my shield and attempts to smash him to his knees.
Bonus action shield bash.
That's right.
Okay.
Come on, baby. 23.
6.
He
So,
has been
He
subdued.
is now prone before you. All right, very good. Vincent, you're up.
I have my new spells, right?
You did spend all day writing in all of those spells that were given to you by Vajra, including the water walking and the mind spike, which were the scrolls that you had previously gotten. That does use up those scrolls, by the way.
Right. I am going to. Where's the entrance to the
It's
room?
basically right in front of you here. And
Okay.
at the front there's a
Really?
10-foot wide entrance right here.
Where's the eggs?
Gonna start screaming again?
Not yet. Not
You
till you're
could-
down.
You
Huh.
could potentially get up to the very front here.
I don't think I have to though for this spell.
For water walk.
Yes.
You do need, depending on what it is.
I will cast slow inside that room.
Okay, you have.
Doesn't say line of sight.
You see. Well, you have to know where you're casting it, right?
Right.
So how is it?
He has been in the room before.
He has. That's one. So how's it written?
It is six creatures of your choice though, so
So you kind of got to see that.
okay. I will move up to see it and cast it.
Okay. So you move your full movement speed.
Good strategy. You think?
I think
Everybody
it'll
has
work.
good berries too, don't forget.
Yep.
Yup.
These are
And
bribes.
Okay. What are you trying to drive me for?
Life.
results.
You are now within view. You can peer around the corner and cast your spell if you wish to.
I will cast the spell in there. So slow on both of those. It's 40 feet. Cube.
Okay. What is the save?
Wisdom save.
Okay. Natural 20. Second one succeeds. That's my second natural 20 with that dice. You can always announce that I have a disadvantage roll at any time, just saying. Alright. That's your turn, Vincent. You are concentrating on that spell.
Yes.
Okay. So put a little.
And I used up my movement.
That's your full movement.
Okay.
And you are concentrating. Okay, Zeus is up.
Can Zeus get in the room?
He can. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Can he get next to hold?
He can.
Not there, the other side.
He can get to here or here.
So that other space isn't actually open?
This is the wall.
Okay.
Right. So he can get to here
Or?
here.
Hmm.
They're kind of in like a little alcove, tucked in the wall, 5-foot space. So they can get here or here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I guess I'm having a hard time picturing it. And they're both slowed?
So it comes in. This is a wall.
Just the one.
Wall. Then alcove, and then here's where the debris goes beyond this.
Okay, I see.
So this 2x3 area is all open, and then opening in the walls where they stand.
Zeus will go in and bite the one that's slowed. That's also prone.
Okay. So he rolls with advantage.
And the creature has -2 to his AC.
23.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Sorry, I don't remember what he rolls. There it is. That would be a 6.
Okay, very good. So as Zeus runs in, he clamps down on the shoulder blade of the armor, and you can hear that screeching underneath the bite of Zeus as he rips a piece of the armor off, and this infernal glowing light kind of pours forth.
I forgot. I have to roll 2 d4s and pick the higher.
Take the higher. Yep. Okay, Sola is up and will hold her turn. She passes Melcine. What are you doing?
I am also gonna hold my attack until I see somebody to attack.
Okay, so back to the top of the order, Morthos. You're up. You know that Hold and Zeus have run in.
Yep, I'm going to run in after them. Are the two sentinels within 5 feet of each other?
They're not. They are 15 feet apart.
Okay. Can I get to the one that is on the ground, or is there room, or no?
So
be next to
5, 10 feet. Yeah, you can get right up to there.
Well, that's where I'm going to
In
go.
front of Zeus. Are you going to be rushing back out of there then? Or staying? Just because if you're going to rush back, I'm not going to move your minute.
I will rush back afterwards, knowing me. But I'm going to use my biting blade and cast a green flame blade.
What's your speed?
40.
Yes.
Okay, so you have just enough to go there and back. So roll your attack with advantage because he is prone.
That would be a 26.
That hits. Roll your damage.
I like it. 10, 14, 19, 25, 26, 31.
And how much of that was fire?
Well, isn't all of it? Because it's booming blade. I mean, a green flame blade.
Well, it was sneak attack. I guess
It
that
still
does take on the
right.
characteristics.
Still takes on the characteristics as the blade
Okay,
is
so it's
comes
all
flame.
fire
So it's
damage.
all fire damage.
So as you plunge
You're
your
using that dagger, right? It's magical.
Yeah.
This says it's
Well,
all
it's not
fire
magical.
damage.
It's just it's
All right.
piercing and
Oh, yeah,
yeah, it's not.
It's all
magical.
fire damage. As you plunge the dagger into
Level 5 is awesome.
into the armor, you notice that the armor resists the fire damage.
Oh.
You fought the wrong way on
You
that.
spit that up right now. Actually, I want you to swallow it first and then spit it up.
And it seemed to do some damage, but not nearly
Not
as much as
nearly as
otherwise
much.
might have. It seems that the
Next week.
metallic property and the kind of infernal
All right.
internal machinations seem to almost suck it up.
Interesting.
All right,
That was a good hit too.
Eli, you are up.
I am going to bonus action, apparate my sword, cut it across my forearm, light it up radiant, get my shield out. Can I get in?
So you can go 5, 10, 15, 20 this guy, or keep going to the same spot that
I would.
Morthos was just in.
I'm going to go there and attack the guy on the ground.
I see how this is gonna go.
What?
This is great.
Nothing.
I
What's
love
wrong
it.
with that?
Nothing.
Nothing. I'm laughing at the situation.
All right.
laughing at what's
Roll
about
your
to happen.
attacks with advantage.
Do I add 18?
18, because he is slowed. Actually, that meets anyway, so you're good. Hits. He's at 16 now.
11.
11 damage.
Do you need to know what was radiant?
No, radiant is different than fire, so it's all, yeah, it's radiant and it's a magical blade, so you're good.
It's better. You can just say it. It's better.
It is better.
Yeah.
And your second attack.
Oh, that's right. I get that now.
First level 5, second attack.
That's gonna be a 20 unnatural.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Do I get it with a? Oh. 12.
12. Very nice. Okay, so you jab into the chest plate of the armor, and it immediately lets out an audible kind of screeching from within, and you take your sword back and jab the broken edge in again, and you see the chest plate beginning to open up, and the radiance just annihilates the internal flame that's within it as it is trying its best to break Hold's grip on its throat, as Hold is just holding it into place on the ground. Mylandra is just kind of waiting for you guys to finish them off before they go. And he cannot get up off the ground and just tries to make an attack on Eli, because you were the last one to hit him.
Dog's gonna bite.
Yep, roll your attack.
24.
That hits, roll your damage.
That's gonna be an 8.
8 damage.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, and that's non-magical. So.
This says it is.
Alright, so he takes a swing at you, and that is a 19 to hit. Alright, and a natural. No. One of them's a natural 20. I'm rolling with disadvantage. And that is a 20 to hit. It's 20 to 16.
Wait, I'm
He only hits
confused.
once.
Yeah, he only attacks once.
Slow.
Well, then that one is negated. But the 19 still hits.
Right.
Thank you for reminding me.
And
I was waiting for
what
it.
is half of my class at 5? Is it 3 or 2? Because I lit up.
Yeah, it is 2.
Okay.
And you take 5 slashing damage. So roll the 1. Alright. The second one steps up to Zeus and Eli and Hold and does a whirling attack and spins. Kind of its chest plate almost whirls around in a motion. And I need all of you to make Dex save.
See if he actually casts it next turn. Is that slow?
The other guy's not.
This one's me.
It's just not.
Okay. 18 for Eli.
A dex save?
16 for
yeah,
Zeus.
This is great. 11.
11 fails. So Hold, you take 18 slashing damage as the blades gouge your chest. Zeus is lower to the ground and is able to get underneath, as are you, to get your shield up and kind of hide, but you still take half of that, which is 9 points of damage for each of you. So Hold, you took 18, and Eli takes 9,
So does Zeus.
and Zeus takes 9. Mylandra just went. Rygar, what are you doing, bud?
I'd like to move up, and if I could peer into the room and get an attack off, that'd be ideal. If not, just
So
hold.
what is your movement?
35.
You would be in the same spot as Vincent, so you cannot. You can move up to behind Morthos.
Yeah, I'll just move up and then hold my action.
Okay, so you're moved up, and for the sake of it, we'll say that my
Yeah.
ranger moves up as well. Okay.
Dang it.
Sorry, guys.
All right. That goes now to hold.
Hold. Says one last time to the guy on the ground. Submit, and you will receive mercy.
You hear nothing.
I will punch him
All right. Roll your
in the
attack
glowing lack of flame in his chest.
with advantage.
Come on, baby. 22.
22 hits. Roll your damage.
Alright. 10.
And your second attack.
My second attack will be a.
You're ahead in the game.
Another attack on this guy.
Yep.
And it is a hit, 26.
Yep.
And it is a 12.
Okay, and so as you call out to this armor to submit and receive mercy, it looks up at you with an emotionless armor-clad helm, and you just begin to bash it in the chest. One time, a dent in the already pierced chest plate. The second one you push, and your entire fist breaks through its chest, and you see all of the light in its body go out.
Great. And as he crumbles, I take my shield and I will attempt to shove the other one back into its little chamber.
Okay, so you go for a shove attack.
That's right. Come on, baby. 16.
21.
Poop.
So it stands its ground next to the three of you. And Vincent, you are up. The target upon which you were concentrating has gone on, has expired, so you would kind of be aware of that. You don't really feel the connection to an animated object anymore. It seems to be inanimate.
-2 AC for the rest of the night.
Do I have angle on the other guy?
You do. You can kind of see him, though behind Hold, his body is not as large as Hold's, so he does have some cover.
Okay. I'll, if it helps, I'll step inside the room.
Well, you can
How
step.
close would I be?
You actually can step here or here.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to get him in line of sight.
He is clearly in line of sight now.
I will cast Chromatic Orb, Lightning.
Lightning, roll your attack.
That's terrible. Is that 2? Yeah, that's probably not going to hit. It's 2 plus 8, I believe.
Okay, and so the orb flies past. In the commotion, you rush up and you're trying to get your shot, and you do your incantation, and through the diamond, you rush the shot, and it explodes into the stone walls behind him, dissipating and diffusing into the earth.
Do I have time to look around that ring? Or is that it?
What are you trying to do?
Looking for any kind of switch, lever that might...
Roll a perception check.
13?
13?
Yeah.
In the midst of the battle and commotion, you see the debris lying across the way, but don't really find anything that is of note beyond that. Alright. Zeus is up.
Can Zeus get into a flanking position?
Zeus can...
Would Zeus know about flanking?
So, on his turn, you are able to give him commands as a free action.
Oh,
So you can basically tell him what you want him to do as a free action.
All right, I would tell him to get into a flanking position and attack.
So you're trying to have him to move to here.
Yes.
Okay.
He stays in range of
So
the
he
thing,
can,
right?
he can roll a acrobatics check to see if he can squeeze behind him. This is just one single die.
Sorry. 10.
He tries to get through, but the best he can do is he's stuck outside of it. Now, getting here does give you the opportunity to step over and flank him, but he can't get into that alcove.
Fine, and he's still within 5 feet of a player.
Both hold and he's still within 5 feet of hold. Yep.
He's gonna bite.
Yep. It's not advantage, is it? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, hunting hound.
Hunting hound. Yep.
18.
18 meets the AC, so roll your damage.
Ooh, 8.
8. Very good. So he bites at his ankles,
Yep.
where the Achilles would be, and seems to crumple the armor a little bit, but the armor seems to resist the non-magical bite, not doing the full amount of damage it otherwise would. Sola is up, still holding her turn. Is she here? No?
Melandra.
Sounds like Sarah.
Okay. And so she continues to wait, and Nelsine, you're up.
Is there a way I can get up to...
You can get up to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get right behind Hold,
Would I see...
which would give you a view into the room. You would see him, though he does have some cover.
Okay. Let's do that. And while I would be doing that, I would be magicking my clubberang.
Okay, so as a bonus action, you shillelagh your clubberang,
Yes.
and you now, as the brambles and the come on in, Sarah. As the brambles and thorns kind of pop out of the clubberang, you ready it to throw?
Yep.
All right.
And would I be able to throw that?
Yep, he does have
Okay.
half cover,
Okay.
but you can make an attack.
Okay. Oh boy. 10.
10. And so you try to throw it past Hold, but it bounces harmlessly off of his back, not doing any damage, and it returns to
All
you.
right.
Hey, Sarah.
Hello.
Okay, Morthos, back up to you, my friend.
All right, I'm gonna run back in and get within. I don't know, get next to somebody.
Yep, you can get. Actually,
Good call.
roll
say
an
I want sneak
acrobatics
attack.
check to see if you can contort yourself to get past Hold and Zeus. And
I was a 26.
so you are able to find a gap as you dash between Hold's legs and emerge right in front of the Sentinel.
All right, this time we are going to use. I'm going to use my rapier, but I'm going to cast Booming Blade instead.
Booming Blade. Roll your attack.
I take it I'm not flanking though, correct?
You are not flanking.
27.
That hits.
Could you roll below a 20 today?
Apparently not.
Actually, don't. Keep it
He's a
up.
rogue.
Oh, 2 1s, are you kidding?
Ah.
8, 13, 14, 15, 18.
18. Very nice.
And if he moves, he takes another 2d8.
And I assume you move right back
I
out of
do.
there
Yeah.
with your mobility feat. And so you rush in and rush back, and as you very deftly pierce through the armor with your rapier and unleash the thunderous boom within his body, you see his entire frame rattle from the thunderous energy, and he clearly takes the full brunt of this attack.
All right.
And the energy swirls around him, ready to ignite once more if he does move. Eli, you are up.
I would get into flank.
Yep. So
And-
you turn to flank.
Stabby stab.
Roll with advantage.
Nope, 16. He's not slowed.
First one misses.
No.
So you rush behind him and you hit him both times, but your broken blade doesn't find any purchase in his reinforced armor back. Melandra, you are up. And you are in the queue here. You hear and see all the fighting going on in front of you. You know that there were 2 animated armor sentinels that had previously attacked Vincent and Morthos. You haven't seen them yet, but you know what's going on. You can try to move up if you wish. You can certainly move up at least 15 feet, and you would be able to peer in from there, kind of around the corner to get a better view of what's going on.
Will I be in like attacking range?
You
from
could
the back
you
people?
could peer through and shoot an Eldritch Blast in, though he would have some cover from you.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, okay.
Fire
so
away.
You can roll two. You roll 2 attacks now.
Ooh. 1914. Do I take the higher one?
So you rolled just 2 dice. You don't have advantage, so it's a 19 and a 14 on the dice. Okay, so plus your to hit.
Plus 6.
They both hit.
Nice.
Perfect.
It's actually higher than that. It's
Plus 7 now because your
plus 7.
Oh,
efficiency
right.
went up.
No,
Oh,
she's
she's
not.
still 4.
She's just it's still plus. Yeah.
We were both wrong.
Okay, so roll 2d10 plus 8. No, you're at plus 5 now, so 2d10 plus 10.
Oh.
D10s.
Five.
5 plus 2.
We'll take this.
7.
Plus 10.
No, plus 4. Right? To hit?
So you're level 4 now, and your charisma went up to 20, and
Oh,
so your damage output is should be plus 5. If that didn't update, it should be a plus 5. Okay, and your to hit should be plus 7. And so that was a 7 plus 10 is 17, okay, with both of those. And so you kind of peek around the corner, you find a gap past Hold's hip. You roll a 5 and a 2 plus 10, right?
17.
Yep. And you blast the armor beyond Hold, and it blows back 2 pieces of its chest plate. It can't move backwards as Eli kind of holds its shield up and it buffets it against the shield, and he looks, there's pop marks and gaps in the armor, and it's barely being held together as it takes one more whirling attack. And I need Hold, Eli, and Zeus to make a dex save.
Does Zeus get a bite action on this one? Because technically he's attacking someone within 5 feet of him.
How does that read?
If an ally is hit by an attack within 5 feet, may use reaction to make an attack on attacker.
Sure, I'll allow it. But roll your dex saves.
4.
4, so that's a
Oh
fail.
man.
Dex is my favorite.
19 and 13.
Okay, so those both succeed.
And then do you want me to roll for the bite?
1 second.
Doesn't matter.
Miss?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Hold, that's 12 damage to you,
6 tops.
and 6 to Zeus and Eli. Alright.
It's a good thing I'm here.
And you took 2 damage before Eli, right? From
Yeah, I should be at 36.
Okay.
If I've done my math correctly.
Okay. And Hold, you went down 12 on that one.
Yup.
Okay. And so if I'm doing my math right, you're at 14. Okay, very good.
Yep. Wait, do a medicine check.
Kind of defeats the medicine
8.
check with D&D and Beyond.
You
Alright.
have
Doing
no
great.
idea how I feel. I'm made of rock.
This is why I said I don't need to do this, but okay. Rygar, you're up. You again hear the commotion, you see the mass of people in front of you. So you wait your turn. As Hold, you are now up. As this
Ooh.
guy, this sentinel has twice gashed your body.
He
He's
is
a running
going to
dervish.
take his both of his hands, and you said the 2 shots hit on the shoulders. He's gonna attempt to slam them through his glowing shoulders.
All right, roll your attack.
16.
16 misses.
Come on, baby. 28.
That hits.
I'm sorry. 25.
Still hits. Just barely.
10.
All right, and you swing wildly with your right arm, trying to dismember his right shoulder blade. It gets its shield up because that's the shield arm, and you swing with the left haymaker, connecting clearly with its head, and you knock the helm right off of its body as reddish orange energy erupts out the top, and the armor falls in a heap still at your feet.
You had a chance.
You are all now out of combat, and you see the debris in front of you that's mostly covering what looks to be a metal door that leads further down that has bars over it and crisscrossed over it, kind of very intentionally placed.
Ooh. Is there anything that looks to be salvageable for smithing with these 2 rubble piles?
Roll a investigation check.
Anyone else gonna help me dig through this?
Yeah,
I'll help you.
I have no desire.
Oh, great.
So Vincent helps or Morthos helps?
13.
All right. Everything looks pretty old and rusted and decrepit. This has been like this, as best you can tell, for decades.
I'd like to look for any signs of what the origins of these are, or
Roll an investigation check.
it's is that a 9? 16.
16.
17.
17. All right. So from the light of Eli's blade, which is lighting up this space for you all,
You're welcome.
because it is dark in here. There is no light source. You are able to see that there seem to be 2 blackened, charred marks on the ceiling above, where there seem to have been charges or some sort of explosive that was set off to bring the ceiling down and the walls down. And you see amidst the fresh blood that's there, you do see a streak of blood that goes out down the hallway back into the basement. It's old, so it's amidst the blotches of the new blood. There's a streak of old brown stained blood that kind of goes back down the hallway.
Is the new blood ours?
It is in fact belonging to Zeus and Eli primarily. Well, Zeus and Eli, and then there's this bluish purplish blood splattered everywhere.
That's mine.
I let the party know that there's a trail of blood leading down the hallway. It's not human, from what I can tell.
You don't say.
I don't say. I mean, I do say.
I want to lick my thumb, get it wet, kind of get it in that old blood, and
What do
lick
you-
my thumb again.
The old blood?
Yeah, the one that's leading down the hallway.
Right. Nothing happens.
Okay.
You like it?
I got nothing
It
from
tastes
it.
like dirt and iron.
No.
Nothing.
Dust.
Not your brand?
I got nothing from it.
It's a very kind of stony, limey.
It's a good year. I taste a hint of lilac in it, but other than that, I got nothing.
Okay.
We should probably follow it though.
You should probably also keep an eye out for, obviously, traps, other types of guardians, maybe ways to turn them off. They're clearly
That's-
here to defend this place.
That seems way too intelligent for us. I think we should charge through blindly.
Just like Hold over here.
Yeah.
Well, while they're discussing, can I go over to Zeus and use one of my Balm of Summer Court dice for him?
For Zeus?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Does his handler get any of that?
Unfortunately, no. 4, 5.
He gets 5 health.
5 hit points.
Did I get healed?
Not yet.
Well, Holt says, whoever decides to give me health in these middle of these battles, please share. I've been hit a few times. Who does it?
Would you like my good berry? I probably
I got
won't
one
need it.
too.
You can have
I was
it.
gonna save it for you. Well, great.
All right.
All right.
Wait, we have a healer in this unit?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I've been brought back many a times.
This is true.
This is true. Mostly by me.
That is also true.
So, did anyone find a door?
Yeah, there's this one with the rubble and the X's across it. Is that the only door? That's the one you said?
Are there hinges?
You have to clear away all the rubble to clearly determine what's going on.
Do we think we should move this with the rubble?
Probably.
Can I check the? I'd just like to check the rubble, make sure that it's not trapped there in any which way.
Oh.
Roll a investigation check.
I'll aid you in that.
Also cast light.
You cast light, lights up the room
So
quite
my
brightly.
investigation would be pretty good, 24.
It does not look trapped. It just looks completely covered in detritus.
Oh, this looks like work. Can you move this for us?
This looks like work.
We don't do work.
I pick up Morthos, turn him sideways, and sweep the rubble away.
This is why Morgan
Yes,
gets
yeah,
injured
yeah,
most
sure.
of the time.
I'll help him.
Yeah, I put my arm on the ground with my shield, and I slide it as far away as I can from the door.
Zeus will start picking up smaller
Over
boulder size and
over
heaving them with his mouth.
and over again.
Okay, so you all kind of do this, and it takes you about a half an hour to clear everything away, move it to the sides, clear the armor out of the way, and you see a door, and it's not like a straight door, it's more like a cellar door that's kind of not quite perpendicular, not quite parallel to the ground, or perpendicular. It's angled almost at a 45-degree angle. And the bars that you see over it now are actually latches that seem to have been bent by the blast. And you think, Hold, you certainly, while they're mangled, would likely be able to wrench them open given enough of a pull.
Mm-hmm. You want to try?
Nah, this seems like your type of deal. I'm busy holding this light.
It's a tough job.
All right, so I grab them and open.
Before we open,
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
well, it did kind of seem like these sentinels were guarding at this door, would you not say? And perhaps maybe there was a reason they did not want this door open?
Yep.
I'm just saying, go ahead and open it.
We're already
Figured I
here.
would say it before then.
Could we have maybe some of our people that can quickly get off a shot, just line it up in case something comes barreling out the door?
I
Sure.
think that would be a great idea.
Great.
Good thinking, Eli. I'll step back and prepare a firebolt.
I'll do the same with my bow.
I can also have my clever ring ready.
I'm preparing a headbutt.
Don't miss.
I'm going into stealth.
All right.
So you guys prepare, and you make a strength check to open the door.
Straight up strength.
Athletics.
29.
You, in your vigor
That'll
and
do.
verve to show yourself
Rip
an
the door
agent
off
of
the floor.
justice. You rip the door completely off of its hinges as the hinges snap under the pressure and the strength of your grip. And before you, it is in darkness, but now bathed in the residual light of Vincent's spell. And I assume, Vincent, that you're kind of moving up to shed light.
As long as I see that nothing's mauling,
Coming to
hold.
kill you.
Yes.
Yeah, you can like.
And as I pass by hold, I go, I guess we're not sealing this back up, huh?
This is gonna be my bedroom.
He did say that.
Very good.
All right, and so
I claim all that is within.
I'm pretty sure we could let you have it.
you peer down, and though you don't see all of that, I'm moving the sheet anyway. And before you, you see a set of stairs that descends about 20 feet. And at the base, the light barely illuminates stone floor that gives way to darkness. But you see these stairs that go downwards into what looks to be another area, another room.
There's a wall at the end of that hall, down the stairs. It just
There's
stops.
no wall. It's just it's darkness. You can't quite see past into this area.
It's like
That's
magical
as far as the
darkness.
light can go. Morthos, as you peer in with your dark vision, which is 60 feet,
That's what I have.
you can kind of see that there's a wall about 10 feet beyond the end of. There's stairs that go down. There's a bit of a entryway, and then 10 feet beyond that, there's a wall
Okay.
that it abuts.
I'm going to check the stairs and the walls surrounding the stairs for traps.
Oh boy.
Okay. Please roll a perception check.
Perception, of course. 17.
Are you moving up closer? Or are you
I
staying
am.
where
I'm
you
gonna. I
are?
went to the top of the steps.
Okay, then roll with disadvantage.
Roll disadvantage. Well, that sucks. Why am I rolling with disadvantage? I just want to
Because
know.
you're not close to anything. You're trying to inspect for traps?
Yeah, at the top of the steps.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Well,
the
then-
steps look pretty clear to you.
So that would be a 9 then for my
The
perception.
steps look pretty clear to you, but you have no sense of what the inside of the room is like.
Do we?
How's it look?
I cannot really tell. I'm going to go down the steps and take a look. If you hear a girl cry, it
Wait.
must be Vinny.
Wait. I take the door and I throw it down the steps.
We take the door.
That's
That's actually
not a
not a bad
bad
idea.
A whole
Okay,
door.
so you gotta
I
kind
alert
of
the entire dungeon.
you gotta kind of
He
bend,
surfs down the steps on
I
top
thought-
of the
I thought about it, but
door.
I failed all my deck saves.
you bend and crumple the door into position and you throw it forward, and it clangs and rattles down the 20-foot stairs and comes to rest at the base. As it rests at the base, you see the floor just sink down under the pressure, and immediately you see a electric surge overcome the door, and as the door is being depressed, it just is now continuing to surge through it.
Good call.
Don't touch that.
How big's this door?
The door essentially takes up this 10 by 10 square. Yeah, it's kind of laying in the center of it. So all of
Sorry about
these
this chair.
these two plates here seem to be what's producing the electrical surge.
Do we know what's down here? How close are we to where I got a high five from Freddy?
Freddy gave you the high five like back in the basement here when
How-
he said good luck.
Are we like 10 feet away from that, or are we?
Oh no, I mean you're here, that's about 60 feet away.
Okay. I wanted to run back and see if he's still there and ask him what was it protecting. Maybe he can give us a hint. But that feels like it's too far of a movement for this, so let's press on.
All I can say is Freddy did not want us to come down here before.
He gave me a high five.
He did say, though, not say, but the right. good luck, did he not?
Yeah. With a high five.
Maybe he didn't think you two puny people could make it,
Well,
which you didn't.
Yes, we did. We're right here.
Barely.
all right, keep moving. Can we have
walk
Morthos
down
check
the-
for traps?
Well, we gotta jump over this thing now, right?
Can't we go around it? Didn't you say it's 20
It
feet?
takes the whole. Does it take
Yeah.
the whole?
No, you got to figure out a way to move it. It's a currently constantly electrified door at the base here.
Hey, your Eldritch Blast can move things 10 feet, correct? Why don't you hit that off the panels? Now we know where it is.
Okay, and
Would you
so
like to
she
check?
takes her shots, and it blasts the panel forward to about resting here.
And no longer
No
electrified?
more electrification.
It does not seem to be electrified, as it's kind of right there.
Vinny,
That's where the door is, right?
can you cast your light on that thing?
I've been casting light.
From a distance, can you get it on the crumpled door?
Sure.
I don't know how far it is, but maybe we can illuminate where we're going and
Morthos is gonna go down to the bottom step and then attempt to jump across and land on top of the door.
Okay.
I do. Well, can you disarm a pressure switch on the floor? I guess.
You can certainly try.
Sure, why not? I never would have thought of that. Let's try that instead of jumping across.
Okay, so you move up to it, and I need you to roll a Thieves' Tools. Check with your Thieves' Tools.
24.
And so you gingerly move up, being careful not to put any pressure on the plates. And
Man, I love
you
myself.
can now see that there is in fact
such a Morthos.
Oh, I can fly.
there is in fact a mechanism underneath that you look at, and you're able to get your tool underneath, and you're able to disable the trigger on the first plate and the trigger on the second plate.
Oh.
And you very carefully put pressure on one, and you feel it depress underneath you, and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Except for a static shock, which almost gives you a heart attack.
I'm going to just peer my head around the corner and look both ways.
And as you do so, you see a 10-foot wide hallway that has a door at the end here, a door at the end here, and a door here.
Nice. So I will yell back up the stairs and relay that. And should I attempt to open the doors? You want to look?
All three?
Well, I can attempt to open all three.
Yeah, sure, but be careful.
We
Check
won't
for
say.
traps first.
Are we good to come down?
You can come down to where I am, but I have not checked any further.
All right,
I'm gonna come
Who's
down.
going down, and where are you going?
I'll go down.
I'll come down.
Coming down, I'm gonna, as soon as I get authorization, I'm gonna grab the door, pick up the door.
So hold move sword to pick up the door.
You should be able to pick up the door.
So the door is in your hand. Where else you going? Go up,
Well,
Eli.
I'm down.
You're down.
Zeus would be trailing behind me.
Okay.
I'll follow after.
I'll just be looking to see if there's any markings on the door.
Okay. So you're all going in. Sola is just kind of bringing up the rear, making sure that there's nothing coming from behind you guys.
Do we want to just check the first door?
Which one would be the first door?
The one that is closest
The
to
one
us,
to our left?
right to our left.
Okay, you got south,
Directly forward.
east, west.
Are there any markings on them?
Roll investigation.
I'll help
Actually,
you.
perception.
Ooh, that's a 20.
Natural.
Yeah, like it's all
Nice.
20s.
That's awesome.
All 20s.
You see nothing remarkable on any of the doors.
That's a disappointing.
Do we hear anything
They
on the other
look
side?
like metallic iron doors. You don't see any keyholes or anything like that. They all just seem to have latches on them.
The blood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's it go?
As you look on the floor, you see no blood.
Does it disappear at a certain point?
It seemed to pick up in this area here
Okay.
and then trail out
What do you mean trail out?
So
Out
the
to
other
where
towards
the basement.
the basement.
So you left.
It's probably how Freddy died. Same.
You probably got hurt in the ear and tried to get out but did not make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, one mystery solved.
Oh,
Time for lunch.
let's check the first door. I'll check the first door for traps around it before we open it.
So you go up to this door here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Perception. Ooh, 16.
You look and you see that directly in front of the door, again, these two plates seem to be pressure plates.
I will attempt to disarm them.
Okay, roll your
Guidance.
tools check.
14.
14.
I rolled a 2.
Yep.
Are you serious? That's intense.
As you go, you hear a and you feel like you got both of them.
All
Oh.
right.
You
You
feel like
Feel like it.
step on it.
So, I'm going to step back and use a mage hand and attempt to activate that pressure switch.
Okay, with the 10 pounds of pressure that
Pressure,
you're able
yeah.
to apply, you can't actually
Push it.
push it down. hard
Hold. Can you put the crumpled up door on these pressure plates again?
But I like this door.
You'll get to use it again.
Okay. I step back.
and put the
Cody.
door on.
Throw the door through the other door.
Slam dunk.
Okay. As are you intentionally smashing it down or just
I don't know, throwing it down.
yeah?
Letting
And
go
as
of
the
it.
weight of the door rests, it does get electrified.
Ah.
Now we got a problem though.
Yeah.
How do we get the door off the panel?
Is my glaive made of bone?
It is primarily bone.
Primarily.
Yeah, go for
It's
it.
bone and wood, from what you can tell.
Ah, you're good.
Oh.
Neither are good conductors.
No, wood's not a good conductor.
How about your seaweed whip? Can you pull it off?
Try.
I'm gonna get electrocuted.
That's okay. You won't die, and you can heal yourself.
Yeah, because it's definitely coated in water and connected to her body.
How much did,
Exactly. I'm like, it's
I
water,
take it my
guys.
10 pounds worth of hand movement. It won't be able to move the door, will it?
Say that again.
Mage hand. I won't be able to move the door.
Can't
And
move
weighs
the
more
door.
than 10
It's
pounds,
more than
I'm
10
assuming.
pounds.
All right. Well, we have to do something.
What are you guys doing?
I try to pull it with my glaive.
All right. So roll just a dexterity check to see how.
16.
All right.
Highest deck save ever.
So you're able
You
to
fail.
kind of get behind the door and very quickly, with enough strength, pull it off. And while you do feel tingling through your fingers as the electricity travels down the glaive, you don't take enough. You do it quickly enough not to take any damage.
Alright.
Clear.
So you now have the door clear.
I'll use mage hand to attempt to open the door.
Okay,
Push
so
it
you go
open?
to push it open
Yep.
and it doesn't seem to open.
So we have
Then
to.
you tried, that was just pushing
Yep.
it. There's a latch there that you see.
All right, you try to use mage hand to activate the latch
Okay,
and
and
push
so
the door
you
open.
twist the latch and it does open up.
So to pull.
It opens inward.
Oh, okay.
Do we see anything when we open the door?
As you open and look into the next room,
50,000 skeletons.
Yes.
It's a portal.
you see 4, and in Morthos, you're looking in and seeing this. First of all, the first thing you notice is that this room is illuminated.
Oh.
There is
Sounds right.
electrical currents that are kept in place in what looks to be a glass container. We would call them light bulbs, although this is not something that is very common.
Hasn't been invented yet.
Well, apparently it has.
Stumpy was here.
And so you see in the 4 corners of the room metallic statues. And on the,
Like sentinel looking statues?
they look very similar, yes.
Okay.
On the center of the floor is a very large rug, a 20-foot by 20-foot
Oh
rug,
no.
which is eerily black. There are brownish gold frills around the edges, but the center of it is black, almost like an obsidian clear glass finish. And you see a door up top, which you can't quite get a very good angle on from where you are, and similarly another door on to the south. So one door to the north, one door to the south.
Guys, there are 2 doors, but more interesting, I believe there are 4 more sentinels. It looks like there may be one in each corner of this room.
Roll. Did you roll perception? That was just your
No,
general.
that was just my general
So
look.
please roll perception.
11.
The only additional thing you notice is that whereas the previous sentinels were standing in the alcoves, these ones seem to be standing on little pedestals, to the degree that you're seeking to notice any similarities and differences. Otherwise, they have a shield in front of them, kind of waist down, and a sword that they're resting their 2 hands on.
And the other one, do the other ones have a shield as well?
They
They
did,
did.
in hand, shield and sword in hand.
They looked very similar, except that they are on a pedestal. Is the only thing I can determine that is different from here.
Do you see anything that might trigger them?
Yes, us walking into the room.
That's
Other
fair.
than that, no.
I throw the door
The door,
onto the carpet.
Good
Okay.
idea.
roll a athletics check to start. Actually, this would be a dexterity
You
check
might
to
lose
see
the
if you
door.
can get it through the door and onto the spot. It's a pretty low DC because it's a 20 by 20 rug.
And how big's the door that I'm standing in front of?
5 feet opening,
You're bowling.
which is the hardest part.
Crit.
Sweet.
So you throw the door, and it lands squarely on the rug. And you look and watch the room, and nothing happens.
Clear.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah. I step over the lightning spot, right into the room.
Okay.
Whatever.
So you step into the room. You step into the room, and you can roll a perception check if you want.
For sure. I'm gonna look around. Directly at my toes.
The blackness of the rug draws your gaze, and you can't seem to look at anything else other than the depth of the darkness in this rug.
That doesn't seem good.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I will take a step over the pressure plates and just kind of stand next to Holt.
Okay. So for the sake of
It's beautiful.
these are the electrified plates, and you kind of jump over them. With all of you can do that, by the way. It's a 5-foot jump, athletics wise. You can just kind of make your way through. And you stand next to Hold,
Sure.
and you see everything from inside. Nothing else stands
I'd like
out
to
there.
actually walk as close as I can to that rug without actually touching it, and
Okay.
then make an investigation check on the rug.
All right, roll investigation.
14.
14. So you see the door resting in the center of the rug. And as you look, and with your little bit of arcane knowledge, you get the sense that there is something magical about this. It's certainly an unordinary rug, and as you look, you kind of get the sense that there are almost 4 distinct quadrants to the rug.
I'll relay that to everyone.
Is it-
14.
Is this the door we're going through?
Well, they're kind of already through it.
2 are.
Who are you saying that to then?
I can peek my head around and go, is this the door we're going through?
Well, I am already inside.
What are your hesitations, Eli?
I mean, it looks scary as crap.
What?
Do you want to look
A
at the
room with
open
a
the
carpet?
Other,
Are
the
you
other
having
doors
a
first?
you have an aversion to carpets and rugs?
Yes, I'm a hardwood floor fan myself.
Oh. Okay.
All right, I hop over.
Up or down?
All right, Eli
North or
goes
south?
in.
I say we go south.
And I want to
All right.
investigate one of these.
Oh, okay. Roll investigation.
14.
14. You look up and down, and they do seem very similar to the previous suits of armor, except as you look at the feet, you see that they are on a pedestal, and in fact, their feet are actually anchored to that pedestal.
As soon as I heard Morthos talk about the rug, I go over there and invest and look at it myself.
Okay.
And Holt says, Rhaegar, this thing's captivating. Is it a portal?
Well, I guess I could cast Detect Portal.
Oh,
That'll do.
you have Detect Portal? Wow. Impressive.
So, Rygar, as you move in, you all are told to avoid the electrified plates. And you get in and kind of sit down, cross-legged, and extend your senses into this kind of sixth sense that you've begun to develop to detect these planar rifts or tears or intentional connections, gates, that you seem to have a newfound affinity towards sensing. And as you reach out your senses, I need you to roll a Arcana check.
Natural 20.
Alright, very good. And so as
We
you
love
do
Rangers.
so,
It's a carpet.
We're all like so paranoid.
There's a tag on it.
You just start rolling on it, going, it's really soft.
Authentic Chinese.
as you do so, you sense that there is certainly something magical about the carpet, but it does not evoke the sense of planar manipulation. Your senses go forth throughout the area, and it's strange, whereas you generally feel that there is material plane all around you, i.e. the prime material plane that you inhabit. As your senses go forth to this door, you don't sense anything. It's almost like a void.
That's what you want to go
So, the rug itself, it's not a portal, but I am getting a strange sense through that door.
Which
It's
door?
the one to the north. It's as almost if it's not of this place. I can't sense it here on this plane.
Intriguing.
Let's go.
Shall we investigate?
Yeah.
Party on way.
Or do we want to go south?
To where it still
That
exists
feels like the
in this
material
plane.
plane.
I'm a big fan of immaterial planes.
Lead the way.
So you're all moving to the north door,
Oh my.
Can I poke the thing on the carpet?
like with your.
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Would I be able to move it at all if I would
The rug?
poke it? No.
The
What are you
door?
trying to
The
do?
door.
The other door.
Oh, it's the door. Oh, this
Sure.
door.
Yeah.
You'd have to step onto the carpet to reach the door.
I want you to
Go
roll a
for it,
persuasion.
Eli.
Roll a
Step on it.
I'm
persuasion.
not going to do that.
What is the worst that could happen?
What are you trying to do, Melandra?
You die?
Convince me to go to
Come
the
back.
other door instead.
First. Oh man,
She's trying to convince you to go to the north door.
No, the other door.
Oh,
south
we're all
door.
the same.
I'm convinced. I heard him wrong and I walked to the south door.
Okay, you walk to the south door, and it. What are you doing? You opening it? What are you observing it? You.
We should go to the north house too.
I put my ear to it.
And you didn't feel anything coming from the south?
Do I hear anything?
Not to my knowledge.
As you step onto the plate at the
Oh,
base of the door,
I lean over 5 feet. Take heed to listen.
as you step onto the plate at the base of the door, roll a perception check.
Beautiful.
Click.
Oh.
16.
The plate, or lack thereof, the floor firmly holds your weight, and
I've been losing.
you hear nothing on the other side of the door. It is quiet.
Is there a latch?
There's a similar latch, though no keyhole.
Are there markings on this door?
-1 intelligence. I open the door.
With your perception, it looks like a plain black door, similar to the others.
Let's do it. Open it up.
I want to move
Yeah,
into the
I'm
room
like-
too. I'm not in
Yeah,
that yet.
I'm right beside him, or like a little behind him. as
Where
he's doing
you're
that.
back here, Melandra, kind of goading him on.
Yeah.
Goading him
And
up.
Holt says,
Yeah, do it.
Shoving him.
Holt says, Rhaegar, come down here. You're gonna be my eyes and ears. Let's do this.
Solon stands back and says, "Hey guys, I'm just gonna kind of hang out here in this vestibule type area and make sure nothing comes through these other doors." So she's just
That seems like
standing
a
guard
good
back
idea.
here
I'll pray for you.
as you guys do your thing. So you're now shifting towards the other door. Where are you all going? What are you doing?
I'll be up there for hold.
Thanks, buddy. Don't
Okay.
step on the rug.
All right, you're
Not
all
stepping on the rug.
intentionally avoiding the road. Okay.
It's a red herring.
Okay. So you're up there next to him. Does anyone else want me to reposition them?
I mean, I'd be in the back because I was the furthest. I'll move towards that, and I'll be watching the rug and the back door, just in case something comes barreling through or up.
All right. So you are all
Dark
in
plane.
position as you face the door. That hold is seeking to open. Hold opens the door.
Yes.
Primeval awareness.
That's probably a great idea. Say that louder.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast primeval awareness.
And what is this?
So-
What
This
this
is your
nonsense?
ranger ability.
Yeah, as an action, you can expend 1 ranger spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead
Wow.
are present within 1 mile of you.
Within 1 mile?
So every
If I'm in a forest, it's up to 6.
Oh my
Matthew catch. I'm expecting a.
I mean,
Oh, I didn't take the wrapper off.
Rangers needed something to help them out.
Wow.
That pretty much helps them out.
All
Holy
right.
crap!
You mean because he
See,
feels...
this is why I need
And
you next to
Rhaegar
me.
feels the presence of 47.
Within 10 feet.
Well, there is a
So
celestial.
as you take
Oh,
your
true.
time and extend again your senses through the rooms,
You can do that. Like,
you
do
get the
this all the
sense
time.
coming from the west of a faint, fiendish presence.
It's just Eli.
Good choice.
oh, that actually. No, that's not me.
You also get the sense
On camera.
Yeah.
of a fiendish presence to the south of you.
Oh, talking.
I sense fiends to the south and west.
Fiends?
Fiends, yes.
Is there a fiend behind us? Nope. Okay.
No.
Just checking.
I start tracking fiends then when he says that.
Good idea. Dude, this is
Uh-huh.
this is how we should be working.
And so as you track the fiends, you now have advantage to
Wisdom.
literally track them.
Yeah.
In case one were to try to flee.
Yeah.
Alright?
Or move from room to room.
Does he pick up on Mylandra's celestial? Because she's.
It's very faint from Mylandra, but
Because her mom's assistant to the regional manager.
You're just jealous.
Mylandra says that in character.
I actually love it. That's great.
My mom is a god. And as you look in and hold, you see bars.
Bards?
Jack?
And lots of
Singing and
bards?
the
They're all
dancing.
singing and crooning.
They're sirens.
You see there are 2 lights again that are emanating, illuminating this spot. And you see 2 sets of what look to be prison cells.
That's been under our house this whole time.
Inside of each cell, you see the cell are empty. And there's no sign of anything. It looks... The gates are closed. And there are locks on these gates. But they look empty to you.
They look.
I mean, there's a doorway that you're peering through, and then you have the cells with the two gates here and here, and it looks like the entire room has bars across the wall,
Okay.
and then there are more bars in the center, with the two gates here and here.
Rhaegar, you said there's something to the south, and I just don't understand how that's possible.
Well,
There's nothing south of here.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just a sense that I have.
Are they still there? Hello?
Can I track them?
1 minute per level. I don't know.
Okay.
So if I'm
Can you
tracked,
check this floor for me, buddy?
Would you like me to check the floor?
I mean, I can check it.
his isn't bad.
Go for it.
You want to help?
I can help you.
17.
So you're rolling perception. What are you trying to do?
Perception. I'm sorry. I was perception. That would be 22.
So as you peer into this room, you see exactly what I described before.
Yeah.
And it looks like a very well kept prison room.
Oh, I was telling him to look at the floor to see if I would blow up.
That. Yeah.
And you see no traps or pressure plated areas as there were elsewhere.
Looks good to me, big fella.
I step in.
Right. You step in
Oh boy.
and you see the room more clearly. And now you see that there are walls on the sides that you couldn't see before, very well illuminated by the 2 lights that are flanking the doorway.
Okay.
All right, all the rest of you just kind of hanging back.
I yell at him. See anything?
I see bars. Seems like a prison.
Yeah.
I use my glaive and go clink, 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 clink.
That's exactly what you do.
It is exactly what I do.
If I'm tracking
Fun.
fiends, what does that mean for me?
So if you see a fiend,
Got it. I
and
have to see it.
then you actively try to track it from the place that you see it, you have advantage
So
to do so.
this does nothing for me right now where we know there's a fiend south, but we haven't seen it.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll go in there.
All right.
I'd like to look inside the jail cell.
Okay. So you peer
Any
through.
evidence of prisoners previous?
Roll perception. So you're just walking up to a jail cell.
13.
13, you peer in and it looks like an empty cell.
Those
No.
light bulbs. Have any of us seen anything like that before?
You have seen something like that at the Temple of Gond, where the clever gnomes and other adherents to Gond come up with contraptions and the sort, and nothing this extensive or robust in construction. It seems like there's a whole network of these lights down here. You've seen 1 or 2, but this is far more extensive than what you've seen before.
Is this the whole room? There's no left or right?
You see no other means of ingress or egress to this room.
Could I then track my favorite enemy? Because
There's nothing specifically that you're tracking.
okay.
You use your primeval awareness to sense that, but beyond sensing their presence, you have no idea.
Worth a shot.
Yeah.
Are you?
Do any of the doors open?
You test the doors, and they both of them are locked.
It's a big deal.
Ooh. I don't know.
Morthos is are you even nearby?
You call for Morthos. He kind of comes up.
What's going on, Vinny?
You think you can unlock one of these?
We can give that a try.
Oh boy.
Let's see if we can get killed.
Do you step up to
We need info.
to the cell on the left or the cell on the right?
I'm gonna go to the one that Vinny's in front of,
Cell on the left.
and I'm gonna use Mage Hand to attempt to
boy.
pick the lock.
I step back
From
the
like,
lock.
I'm gonna step back against the wall.
I'll step in front of both of them.
Shield.
I'd like to move up a little bit
Even
closer.
though I have a
Yeah.
quarter of your HP right now.
Anyone else
I
moving
want to
up?
move in like right by the door, like and just like.
But I might be paused forever.
Are we sure we should be unlocking these doors?
What was your
Crit fail.
crit fail?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So as you tinker with the thieves' tools, you think
So
you
what is
have
it?
it,
1 plus
and
1.
you give pressure to it, and you're confident that
12?
you have the lock, and the lockpick breaks in your hand.
Nice.
So your set of thieves' tools is now effectively useless.
Useless.
Oh no.
And does anyone else have any thieves' tools? I think someone else does have a
What
set.
if we work together? It just doesn't work out.
No.
A 12 broke your thieves' tools?
A 12 broke your thieves.
A natural one broke his thieves' tools.
That doesn't count for skill checks.
Shoot.
Does anyone else have a set of thieves' tools?
I think my dog does.
Yes.
We all do.
Really?
No.
You can still use them, but they are now at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. All right. Well, I'll attempt to do it on the other door then.
Okay, you move to the other door.
We break even more.
No. 21.
And
You're better at
despite,
them.
despite the broken thieves' tool, you're able to
Oh my
find
God.
the tumblers, and you hear the click satisfyingly
I rolled
as
2 10s.
it's kind of like in Skyrim when you get that
Yeah.
just
Yeah, it
right. Got it.
And then I will
Not
use
picking this up.
thaumaturgy and blow the door open.
Okay, and you blow the door
Oh,
open. And
I know.
as you do so, as you open the door, there's immediately a shimmer.
Ooh.
And the bars all flash, and the illusion that was cast over the bars dissipates.
Love it.
Nice.
Of course
Love
it does.
And you
Good
see inside
Dragon.
A fiend.
Found it. It's right
Found
there.
it.
Was tracking it.
you see an ape-like creature
Hate like.
with
Interesting.
large claws and on all 4 of its hands, but its arms are kind of overgrown.
All 4 of its hands.
It has
It has
on-
4
it's
arms.
4 arms with 4 hands, right?
This is good.
This is going to be a
it's
great
almost
multi-attack.
it's ape-like, gorilla-like, except it has no fur, no skin on its body whatsoever. It looks like sinew and muscle, like it has been
Ew.
skinned alive.
Oh.
And
Oh,
there
kill us.
there
Can we
are
talk about it?
puddles of blood all around it as it's chained by its throat to the wall.
That's really sad.
You deserve mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And it sees you, and it's sitting, and as the gate is blown open, it immediately stands up wide-eyed, as if it hasn't seen a living soul in
Oh.
decades.
Does this look like a fiend?
It looks pretty gosh darn close to a fiend.
Gosh,
So-
darn close.
Ma-
Can I speak infernal to it?
That's
Do
really
fiends speak
sad.
infernal?
So fiends make up the class of both devils and demons. Demons are of the chaos, of the abyss. They speak abyssal.
Yeah.
And devils are of the 9 hells, and they speak, I think it's infernal. And so it's abyssal and infernal. They're both considered fiends for purposes of the primeval awareness spell.
So I'm just gonna, in infernal,
Okay.
say, who are you? What happened? Okay, guys, he speaks infernal.
I caught that.
How did you get here? Who else speaks infernal here?
I do.
You do. So,
What does it want?
so I would reiterate what he just said. He was channeled and captured. He wants to be released.
Ask him if we release him, will he attack us?
Of course not.
If we release you, what are you gonna do? He's gonna flee. Where are you going to flee? Back to where you're from?
Roll persuasion.
I'll help you.
Now we're in Waterdeep.
Normally this would give you a +2, but because this is a fiendish creature not native to Waterdeep, your black badge does not affect you.
Fine. That doesn't count. You're gonna help me?
Mm-hmm.
Do you speak infernal?
How are you helping him?
You can't.
No,
Do you speak
I
infernal?
can't help you.
Oh, you?
I mean, sure, I'll
Thanks.
help.
Thanks, Rygar.
With a specific face he's making, right?
An 11.
11. It is silent.
Eli,
Let's
ask
release
its
him.
name.
I want to know what the all natural 20s would do in this situation.
Yes. What would the all natural 20s do?
I don't know. Let's hear it.
Is that David?
No, they logged in.
Oh.
I got a natural 20.
To do what? I
I,
mean, you're a natural 20, Sarah. You can totally play in their game.
I would like to.
What's your name?
Silence. And then
I say we
Guys,
killed it.
I want
I'm
to know
getting a
if
really
I
good
think
feeling
this,
about
I want,
this thing.
I want to roll to see if I think this is an evil or a good creature.
Okay, go ahead and roll. I think it's evil.
Oh.
This is a wisdom. Roll a.
No. If I know if this is an evil creature.
Oh, I'm seeing. I understand.
I could roll on my own. for
Roll
that part.
a. Roll a. Roll a history check. Or no. Yeah. What would you roll? What's on the dice?
16.
16. Given the language that you're hearing spoken and the state of this creature, you get the distinct impression that this is something that is evil.
I think
we should kill it.
We cannot release this.
I think we should let it go.
No.
Why?
Well, I can track it. 2, I don't think this is its natural form. Something's channeled it and kept it here and tortured it.
But let's say it gets past us and into the city. You
Yeah.
can track it all you want, but some people might
Or
die.
if
But
we
then that's
release
someone else's
it and
problem.
it
No way.
It's our problem.
We are not releasing this.
Yeah, it's very insistent on being released.
These bars just disappeared. This is not a cell, right?
Eli, you hear it speaking out to you.
It's asking for mercy.
I don't give it mercy. I'll take its head off.
That's
Right,
not
we're-
mercy.
We're showing it mercy by not killing it yet.
I look at it.
We're
and
talking about
I
killing
would
it.
like to.
All right, Pontius.
I would like. I'm gonna insight check. It is truly asking for mercy.
Okay?
Come on, baby. 16.
Weapons.
As you sense, because you can't understand what it's saying,
Right.
you hear Eli tell you what it's saying, and it is repeating that word slowly, but repeating it over and over. You can tell it is very pained to say anything at all. It's clearly been kept in a state of torture and is crying out to you for help.
Eli,
I rolled a 15 on insight.
You sense
Same
the
thing?
same thing.
Yeah.
can you ask him if he knows who put him in here?
The conundrum. It's a good.
Who put you here? I want to help you.
Because we just bought the house.
We did just.
No.
Well,
Don't
yeah.
tell him that.
I mean,
I want to help you. Who put you here? Give me more information.
wizard.
You don't know that. A wizard. A wizard channeled him and locked him up here and probably did the fake jail cell.
And
How
yet,
long
if
ago?
we release him, will he take on another form?
Well, I can track it.
Tell him to show us his true form.
Is this your true
If he
form?
wants to be released.
How long has he been down here?
How long have you been down here? I'm going to insight both of these things.
Can someone heal him up? Make him feel a little better?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Feed him, maybe?
Decades.
I have a good berry. I will give you a good berry which will help heal you a little bit,
Feed you one.
but in exchange, I need some of your blood. And I'm pushing hard to free you if you promise to leave Waterdeep and us alone.
Or maybe to help us in the future.
He wants to know if I offer a cord. Oh, ACC.
Yes.
Okay.
You have an accord.
Yes.
Pact with fiend.
Oh.
I think you've made enough deals.
He wants to know if we have a pact. What kind of pact?
I released and no harm to Waterdeep.
And? I feel like there's an and there.
Do we have a cord?
Can I get it in writing?
Where did he come from?
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Roll persuasion. This is the second time you're asking that.
13. Better than the last time.
Avernus.
Burn.
Which, roll a history check.
With advantage?
Yes.
Nat 20.
You know that is the first layer of hell.
Is that where I was?
Yes.
Oh. He's from the first layer of hell.
Well, that's good.
And so we're going to. I have a heart of compassion,
Yeah, I think we should let him.
but
No.
we're releasing something that comes from the first layer of hell.
Will you go back to the first layer if we release you? He said maybe, but I feel pretty good about that answer.
You guys see Hold's hands turning into fists right now. And shoulders raising up.
Listen, hold. He's asking for mercy. Justice isn't always black and white. We can give him mercy. We have a cord. He won't hurt us or anyone in Waterdeep, and he might go back to the first layer of hell. Now, I'm not holding my breath on that one.
So the first layer of hell, and they always tell the truth, don't they?
I'm not holding my breath on that
Did
part.
you get some blood from him?
Oh yeah, I need some of your blood.
Well, that's a few.
Are there more of them down here?
Did you tell us he wants to make an accord with us?
Yes.
I will never make an accord.
Well, he's making
that
it with me, not
deep.
you.
He said we.
I think he meant like the royal we.
Exactly.
But that's.
What do you want to do? I would let him go.
You guys made a pact with what's that family's name?
The Blackwoods?
Yeah. Like, why can't we let this guy go?
No, that's a
We don't-
contract.
Oh,
This is a
that's con-
pact with a
We don't make any
demon. A
pact.
fiend.
Your
What are you guys doing?
Can we just back up and you guys shoot the crap out of him? What is the
Say-
problem here?
I say we do not let him go. There's a reason he was put here.
I
Exactly.
agree.
Do you think the reason could be nefarious?
We don't
I
know
think
yet.
he
If
is
someone
nefarious.
summoned him from the first layer of hell, a wizard, do you think we're dealing with a bigger issue here?
Probably.
That
I-
this is just
Vincent, I need you to make a dexterity check along with Orthos.
Oh, this is really good.
Well,
Okay.
Can I get one Kenny Dodge?
This is what we get for being indecisive.
Indecisive.
My dex is a 26.
made up my mind.
Okay, you pass as you feel a gelatinous pseudopod reach out to engulf you and grab you. And you feel it just enough time to dodge out of the way next to Hold
Almost in an uncanny fashion.
as a giant globule of ooze and
Nice.
ichor fills the entire 10-foot by 10-foot square immediately to your right.
Well, that's one way. to
Vincent,
push the
what was
story
your
on.
roll?
I'm gonna use portent.
That's a big call.
I don't know if it'll be enough, but it's a 14.
14?
Yeah.
That meets the DC, so you make the save.
Cool.
And you two are able to back up as the same cube emerges down next to both of you and makes an attack against you with its pseudopod,
I will cast shield.
and that is a 23 to hit.
That's not enough.
So it hits you, and you take 10 acid damage.
Oh.
Morthos, you as well.
Uncanny Dodge.
That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
And you take 13 acid damage, halved down to 6.
This is good news.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Of course.
Did it look like the fiend did anything when this happened?
Was still the entire time just talking to you.
I think it was a setup.
Vincent, how much did I say you took?
10.
10?
Did you mean higher?
No, I'm just, since I can update D&D Beyond, because no one else did it.
How come our executive producer
Yeah, why isn't he doing it?
I don't know.
He's got 2 screens.
Yeah. Do you have the password? We never set it up, because usually, anyway.
And
All right.
I usually
Well,
do.
all natural 20s, you got your weapons check,
Go on my
and
laptop.
21 through 25. 16 through 20.
Aren't you on D&D Beyond right now?
Yeah, I am.
He's logged in as himself.
I can log you in.
16 through 20 was
Oh,
just
17.
I'm 17.
okay. So Mylandra, what's your dex? I think it's higher than Hold's. All right.
Definitely.
11 through 15
Sticks.
13.
for Eli,
What? This is
and
ridiculous.
Rygar, you were 13.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I beat the gelatinous.
6 through 10.
9.
7.
6.
Zeus got 6.
Morthos,
And he's more dexterous than a human being.
Melcine,
Prove it.
This is
Oh, yeah.
tough.
More dexterous than
Zeus.
you?
Sola's out. Vincent, what were you?
6.
6.
Stupid
And
dog.
Morthos, you were a 9.
9.
And Eli was an 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Melandra, you are up as you watch as both Vincent and Morthos somersault backwards, and you hear a spluttering,
Ew.
splooshing, gelatinous sound coming from inside. And you look and you see, actually, right next to you, to the east, a very large cube bearing down on you.
And blast it back. Well, I'll try. May I move a little?
Is there any way we can get the bottom of that screen?
Oh my gosh.
I'll
We're
move
all
away a
smooth,
little
Cotton.
from it.
If you
and-
move
Let's see
away,
if
you will
it
take
plays
an
it.
opportunity attack.
Okay, I'll stay.
Okay? If you roll, what are you attacking with?
My blast.
Okay, then you roll with disadvantage because you're within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
Can your pseudo dragon do anything?
I don't.
You forgot you had Goldie.
Pseudo dragon is
No.
just on her shoulder.
Really tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It provides advantage on resistance to magical spells and such.
18.
18 with disadvantage hits. That's first, and we'll just do a second as well.
Sure. All kinds of 10s there.
Roll the second attack with disadvantage.
6 plus 7.
13 hits. So roll 2d10 plus 10.
8 plus 5. Plus 5. 23. 23.
23 damage. Very nice.
Wait, 13 plus. Yeah.
Okay, and so you smash with your Eldritch Blast, and it's like as it erupts through the gelatinous cube and kind of explodes out the backside, and then it just covers back in on itself again as the force damage definitely blasts part of it through, but
And I yell out, guys, my attacks won't work.
you can't really tell if they worked or not. It certainly displaced part of it.
Can
But
I
it
back
is-
up now? Or I'll
Sure,
still take
you
the.
can certainly back up.
Don't do it.
I'll stay where I am.
Okay. And it is now Hold's turn.
It's defeated from the inside.
Yeah. Drax the Destroyer, this thing.
Direct.
As it comes out of nowhere, Hold will attempt to. It doesn't look solid, right? Does it?
And I pass on the my information that I got. I shot through it. My attack went through, but then it formed again. If that helps.
Yep, so you yell that out as you blast it. Hold. What you doing?
I'm gonna attempt to slap some of the gelatinous onto the fiend. So I'm attacking it 2 times, but trying
Roll
to
your
knock it
attack.
onto
You're
the
doing
fiend.
this.
Roll your attacks.
I'm going to release that.
25.
25 hits in the second.
10.
10.
Wild card.
That also hits.
Oh.
You take 4 acid damage.
Whoops, that is definitely not the right die.
Well, you rolled a 63, so.
Okay. 15 damage. I took 4.
4 acid damage.
Bring it on.
Okay.
And I will...
And you said 15?
Yes.
Very good. And so as your fists, they hit it, and the magical effect of your fists helps you to make clear contact, and you do splatter the goo through the bars, and some of it kind of falls at the feet of the fiend, and it's just standing there, just watching this all happen.
Alright.
And you do see the cube forms up again, covering in the 2 slashes or kind of gashes that you made in it, and its form does seem to be shrinking every time it is trying to heal itself.
And I'll use my bonus action to try and shove Morthos back 5 feet next to Melandra, away from the cubes.
Okay, are you resisting that, or are you allowing him to do it?
Yeah.
Where are you trying to move me to?
Away?
He's trying to move you
Next to where I
back
am.
here.
Sure. 5 feet back. I won't
Next to
resist.
Melandra. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
roll a athletics just to see, and Morthos roll an acrobatics to see if you can stay on your feet.
Of course I will. 21.
21.
31.
Okay,
You're pushed over.
Crit.
and
I
you
perfectly maneuver you.
And
next
so
to
you
Melandra.
kind of take your shield and gently bash him, and Morthos, you kind of Wolverine speedball special, take the force of it and jump off and kind of land in a 3-point stance, ready to engage.
Ultimate Alliance 2.
And then I move up towards Melandra.
Why Morthos wipes away a tear. Hold, I didn't know you cared.
Okay, so you move up next to Mylandra, kind of positioning
Ready.
yourself.
To hit her out of the
Oh my
room.
God.
Okay, and Rygar, you are up. As you can sense that there's something going on, though you don't really see anything from your position.
Even if there's no vantage points into the room?
You would have to move up between Hold and Vincent in order to.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
No?
You can rush up and rush back. You would not come into the threatened radius of anybody.
And
Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so you rush up, take your 2 shots, and rush back.
Right into the forehead of the fiend.
And using sharpshooter for both.
Sharpshooter for both, and I assume you're using your
Void damage.
void damage. Yep. What are they?
So that's a 10 and a 14.
They both hit.
All right.
And which one did you attack?
The one to the left.
West or east?
West.
West. Okay. So the one next to Vincent. Roll your damage.
Did you just...
Roll 2 1s, yeah.
That's
And
better.
that's a 10. 2 damage, 15, 17.
12 plus 30 is 42.
Yes, 42 is right. That sounds about right.
Right? 'Cause
No,
it's
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
42 damage.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And so you take your 2 arrows and Legolas style, and you try to find a weakness in these giant cubes. And as they both smash into the form, it's an easy shot. It's literally like hitting the broadside of a barn. And in your effort to miss Vincent, you almost shoot it into the cage behind him, but it does catch. And with the void damage, very large chunks of the cube just disappear, and it almost falls on top of itself as its form just is whittled away, and you did a tremendous amount of damage to this guy. Well done. Eli, you're up. As your sword is ignited,
Can I even get in there?
you can make your way in. You would be able to get next to Hold or next to Vincent. Or between them, if you want to try to shoot with your crossbow.
That seems like the logical solution here. I'll go to the one that my buddy just chopped in half.
You're running up to it, or
Yeah,
right next to it?
I guess.
All right, you're next to it.
And I'm gonna slash away
Make your 2 attacks.
with advantage.
No.
First one hits. Second one does. Well, it might 9.
9 misses.
All right. Other one was 20.
So roll your damage for one of your attacks.
I'm gonna try my eyes.
10.
10 damage.
Yep.
Okay, and you take 3 acid damage.
I did more damage.
12 plus 30.
This is not good.
Okay, and
15.
No, it's not. Okay.
It's okay.
Right?
Just let the demon loose.
Oh, wait, no.
Plus 5.
Is that right?
No.
It's probably Gore.
It's
I'm gonna
that's
become
how
an
you get 15,
envoy
'cause it's that plus another 10.
Warforged because my armor's gonna get melted off.
all right,
Oh.
as
Pretty much.
Better than enemy.
as the
Okay.
both of them move forward to seek to engulf all of you,
Yes.
I need Vincent and Eli and Hold to roll dexterity saves.
That's a 5.
16.
Eli, you're able to jump
What'd
backwards
you get?
Towards the fiend?
towards the fiend.
Yeah.
Oh, we killed it.
Towards the opening, yeah.
Is the fiend an opening?
There's a gate that is currently,
Oh, I thought that disappeared.
no, that's still there. Vincent,
Oh.
you are now inside of
Oh
this cube.
my god.
Ooh, Jello.
And
I'm gonna die.
And hold, what did you roll?
Just start inhaling.
A 4.
Hold, you two are inside of
Oh boy.
the cube.
No, that is not good.
It's definitely.
Oh, it's
not
cool. He
good.
can actually literally be inside the cube.
And
I'm in a rough spot.
did not roll well.
You're right in between there.
You each take 7 acid damage. And at the, let me see when the save, because that's relevant.
Sure we don't.
Are they like?
It's
both-
very relevant.
Are they pushing on me?
Huh?
Yeah, you guys might want to get him out of there.
Okay, so
How do we do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
You might want to save yourselves as I get absorbed.
you can't breathe. You are restrained.
So he doesn't need to be.
Well, you don't need to breathe.
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, I should have rolled more damage for that.
Do
No, that's cool.
Too late.
Remember what we did in the other game?
So.
Broke.
It's okay.
Mm.
I'd rather it leave me behind anyway.
You can try to escape by taking action.
I don't like that.
If you fail, then you take more damage. Or you can try to attack it from the inside.
Do we know if it's is it a dex to get out?
You don't know. All right. So hold. You took 7. And Vincent, you took 9.
Eli.
Oh, we hear gargling.
All right, Morthos, you are up.
Well, I'm gonna get back in there right next to Eli.
Oh boy.
You guys are gonna get
Oh yeah.
too.
I am going to cast
I'm in
Green Flame Blade
Okay.
and attack the one on the left. Or sorry, on the west.
West, so you're attacking the one that Vincent is inside of.
Yes, correct.
All right.
It would be a 27.
That hits. Roll your damage. And this is fire damage.
Yeah. 12, ooh, 10, 22, 23, 28.
28. As the fire damage erupts through it, Vincent is kind of there suspended, moving very slowly, and you pierce past him and blow out the back, and you just smell almost like burning
Nice.
glue, and it's that really toxic kind of nasty, very, very acrid kind of smell. And this thing again shrinks down tremendously, and Vincent, it's almost to the point where you can like get out, but there's still enough holding you in that you are continued to engulf. Zeus.
I don't take nothing.
Yeah,
for
I'm
attack
sorry.
now.
You take 4 acid damage.
And I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke.
It
It
damages
says
you.
damage.
And so I need to roll a dex save.
I think this thing's super dexterous.
I love how he was
minus
looking
4.
for the attack.
Minus 4. So I rolled a -3.
All right, so you take 19 damage for that.
Okay.
19 fire.
19 fire
And
damage.
as the fire
Good
erupts
thoughts.
from both above and below it, it cooks it, and Vincent, the gel melts away around you,
I just saved your life.
and
You did good, kid.
it is done.
Palestine?
First, it is finished. First one is done. Very nice. Zeus is up.
I'd tell Zeus with my free action to stay the hell out of the room.
Okay. Very good.
He will just
Melcine.
keep skipping. You can, unless something comes from behind, you can get him out of order.
Can I want to use my. I don't want to hurt hold, but
Did Eli just get advantage?
yeah.
I did.
Okay. So how many do you have? Just one?
One.
You just have the one. Does
Yeah.
anyone else have advantage?
No.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
And I still have a disadvantage.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Veneration Greco. We appreciate that. Melcine, what are you doing?
Is there a possibility that I can use my thorn whip to try and pull hold out, but I don't want to hurt him?
Hold is fully engulfed. You could reach in to try to pull him out.
But my thorn whip
Your
would
thorn
do
whip would not pierce through to him.
it. Okay.
But you could use an action to try to pull him out if you cared to.
I have a -2 strength.
Could work. You could roll a 20.
All right, we'll go for it.
And resist the poison
Someone's
damage.
giving y'all seen some advantage right here.
You could. We could do whatever.
All right.
Alright, so you're moving up.
Yep.
And
Can
you are
I assist in her strength because she's next to me?
You cannot. This is not your turn.
I tried.
All right.
So you take 3 acid damage.
Yeah.
In a fight,
Gotta save hold.
focus.
Or not.
Extra 1d6 damage every time you attack.
And what'd you roll?
A 0.
Okay, and so as
So you rolled a 2.
you reach in and your hands immediately begin to burn. Are you resistant to acid damage?
Oh,
As a Genasi?
I might be.
You are resistant to acid damage.
Yes.
So you take 1 acid damage.
Sweet.
Okay.
At the beginning.
And you immediately pull back. Your hands are singed and burned from the acid a bit, but your watery form is able to resist this type of damage.
Am I able?
So that was your action. You saw the bonus action.
Am I able to healing word him inside?
He has to be able to hear you, and so he cannot breathe,
Okay.
and it would be a very distorted kind of
Healing.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Vincent, you, as the gelatinous cube melts away and bones and other detritus kind of fall at your feet, you look across and you see Hold is fully engulfed by the other one.
Yes, he is.
You're getting closer and closer to his turn.
Nope.
I will cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Magic missile at 2nd level. Roll your, what is it, 44 plus 4? 100 to Vincent. That's an auto hit.
Yeah, I don't need
That's my
advantage.
favorite
You
moment of
get
the night.
Veneration Greco for the advantage to Vincent. I will note that Veneration Greco does not think Vincent is as cute as Eli.
3,
Damn straight.
6, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
17. Okay, very nice. So, as the 4 motes of force all erupt into it and splatters the acid behind it onto the walls, eating away at the stone edifice, the form shrinks but does not dissipate enough for Hold to be freed. And unless you're doing anything else,
I will,
Remember you.
no. I'll back up against the wall.
okay, so you back up against the wall, and Mylandra, you're up.
Oh. No, I'm gonna do my Eldritch Blast again.
All right, roll your attacks with disadvantage because you're right next to it.
Hold on. Can I do my hex and concentrate on that as my
You
bonus?
can cast Hex on it, which adds an extra d6 to your attacks.
Nice.
So it is hexed, and you are concentrating, which this lasts for an hour.
Oh, cool.
Come on.
So,
All right, so roll
for your
with
brain,
disadvantage.
everyone's brain,
Yeah.
roll 1 attack at a time. Because you can shoot, well, at your disadvantage. But you can shoot different people with this attack. 10. Oh, that hits.
10.
10 hits.
So then roll your d10 and a d6. There you go.
Plus 5.
9 plus 5. 14.
14, very nice. Roll your second attack.
15
That
plus.
hits. D10 plus D6 plus 5.
9, 10, 11 plus 5. 16.
All right.
Good roll.
And so you move right up next to it and unleash the force damage, making sure to shoot past Hold's hips. And as the blast erupts from your fingertips, it blows the cube all over the walls. And with the necrotic damage eating away the rest of the cube's flesh, hold is set free.
You're alive.
Here's the berry.
All right, and you are now out of combat.
Here's the berry.
Covered in goo.
It's in my
And
pocket.
the devil watched this entire little escapade. What are you guys doing?
I rush up to hold and I want a healing word.
Throw my dagger at
Healing word,
No, sorry.
cure wounds.
Yeah, cure one.
Yes. So roll, first
You
roll.
run up to him and yell at him.
Yeah.
You're healed!
Feel better!
I'm not
Um,
healed. I'm number 12.
So you are casting the first level.
No, casting it at second level.
All right, 2d8 plus 5.
Nice.
21.
So you get 21 points of health back, a max healing roll. That is fortuitous.
I don't like the way you said that.
I'm
All right.
just saying.
We know
it's here. Let's go.
there's another fiend here too. Do you think it could help one and maybe we would have good graces with the other?
Is that how fiends work?
That's how people work, and fiends are kind of like people.
Why don't you ask
Are
him?
they?
Oh, good idea. Hey, I'm gonna call you Terry.
And we're back to this.
Scary Terry.
Scary Terry.
I'll leave him in the room if he's gonna keep talking.
Is anyone trying to do anything with the other door?
What other door?
The other gate that the lockpick broke
It
in.
never opened though.
Yeah, we could try it.
Morthos. You want to try to open the other door?
Of course. Why not?
Holy crap.
Is it just an illusion? You just walk through it?
Everybody got advantage.
Oh, when did that happen?
Just now?
Oh, we all got.
Generation Greco!
Love
I'm
you.
so happy I have advantage. 'Cause I never get advantage.
Wait, do I have two
Wait,
advantages?
wait.
Second.
Players
Probably.
get it.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
It says I have
For
a
the
lovely
rest of you.
face.
To the
I'm glad at
DM
least
because
my
it
face
has
is
a lovely
lovely.
face.
Thank you, Veneration Greco.
I like
All right.
all of you.
Eli, you're moving up to try to.
Yep,
All right, with
I
disadvantage.
did. And I rolled an 11, so that would be a 22.
And this time,
That's
knowing where you missed the tumbler before, you're able to get the reverse end of your lockpick in there, and it opens up. And do you swing it open?
Sure, with my wonderful flair.
Your car's
As you do so with your thaumaturgic flare, again the illusion dissipates, and you see the bones of 3 skeletal humanoid bodies that are all chained up. All of them are withered away to, there's no flesh, it's just bones.
These are his buddies.
Or
I
his
would like
food.
to walk up and actually investigate.
All right, roll investigation check.
17.
All right,
Ask
so
Can I?
Ask him who did this.
He told us a wizard.
as you look
Lies.
up
Oh yeah, great.
and you investigate, you can tell that the bones of 2 of the humanoids are tieflings.
Oh.
You notice that immediately because of the horns that are protruding from your skulls.
Some more fiends.
And what was it? The investigation?
17.
17. Thank you. And as you look over their bodies, you can tell that from the way that their hip structure is and their bone structure, that these were women. And
I was
you-
by the door peeking in while he was.
and you see that there are lacerations and cracks in their ribs, their rib cage, so they clearly had broken ribs, and their arms and legs also have fractures in them. So it seemed that these tiefling went through torture. Next to them is another humanoid. You can't tell if it is a human or a half-elf or an elf, but you can tell it was one of the taller ilk, and it also was a woman, again, based off of the bone structure. And similar to the previous skeletons, the same type of signs of torture. The notable thing that you find is there is a wristlet on this skeleton. And as you look at the wristlet, it's a simple gold chain with a medallion in the center. And it is a downward-facing sword with wings that kind of radiate out from the hilt. And you immediately recognize this crest. This is the crest of the Minar family.
Oh.
Write that down.
Oh.
Sounds like
Hold
you
on
already
to
did.
them. Morthos. Do you see anything you recognize?
I will immediately try to take that off, but I will do it with sleight of hand.
Go for it. So no one else sees. You're watching Melandra, so roll perception, please.
Buck beating at 29.
Roll natural 20.
Oh.
Got it. Minus the
So you pocket that, and you have this wristlet in your possession.
I will yell back and kind of relay that.
Do the bones crumble as he?
No, they're still all there.
Guys, there are 3 females in here who have been tortured. They are obviously dead, but they have been tortured and badly beaten before they had passed.
Terry, what do you
I
know
move
about
a
that?
little closer to Terry and I point at him and say, "Did you do this?"
You said there were like claw marks across the bones, correct?
More like fractures.
Fractures, okay.
So
not
this
like,
is from internal. It looks like bludgeoning.
okay.
From
So I
without.
can't say that I think it was hit the like
Doesn't seem.
claws.
Is there a wall between the two sides?
Yeah.
Like a solid wall?
No, it's bars.
So you can see it.
So he can see it. Yeah.
Nat 20 on insight on that.
He is not even attempting to lie to you.
Hmm.
You by his body, his demeanor is not aggressive.
Right.
His slumped shoulders, he is being honest.
Did I see any of these creatures when I was on the first layer of hell? Like,
Not-
do I know what
not-
they're supposed to look like?
Well, roll a history check to see as he's trying to think back on what this
Advantage?
is. Yes.
I rolled.
15.
Here's what we're gonna
While
do.
you didn't see any of these creatures,
Are we gonna see them?
you have heard of these.
Agent of Justice.
There are 2 kind of ape-like creatures that take on fiendish form. One of them is a Balgura, which is much larger and has gorilla-like hair. This one is smaller, medium size, and is similar in body type but has no skin, and that's actually the way it normally is.
Okay.
And this is referred to as a carnage devil.
That sounds friendly.
I think we should let it go, guys.
Yeah.
I agree with Eli.
What? on
Hold
earth
walks
would
up
make
and
you-
grabs the chains that are attached to the wall
Oh my gosh.
and attempts to break them off the wall.
Roll strength check.
Athletics or strength?
Athletics check, thank you.
I like that
Oh, no. That's,
14.
14. You pull, and it just watches you. It doesn't attack you as you get within range of it.
That's good.
And as you pull, it's holding fast.
Does this chain look like I
It
could...
looks at you and kind of looks back at you and says,
How would you get out? How would
And
we free
why
you?
is he crawling at me?
He said he's tried that too many times. Doesn't work. How do I free you?
Is he magically held?
Probably. Actually makes a lot of sense. Can anyone dispel magic?
Feels normal
Yes.
to me.
No.
I can. But I don't know if I should.
I think we should let it go.
I think he should.
This creature,
Why don't we...
no matter where he's from,
We don't want this one.
deserves mercy at this moment.
I agree with.
Why don't we go explore the rest of this basement?
I
He's
agree
not
with
going
them.
anywhere. We can come back.
Yeah,
We
but
won't
guys,
come
if
back.
you think
How
about
do you
it,
know?
Fine with me.
he's been in here for decades.
This is
And
our
there's a
Let's
good
just-
reason.
Let's
this is
let
our
him
house. We're not going anywhere.
Doesn't it concern any of you that this is our house and a
Right.
wizard summoned this here?
Right, and there's might be
Yes,
another one down the
decades
way.
ago.
We know there's another one, so
Well, we'd like
wouldn't,
to see what it
wouldn't
is
we
first.
want to get on its good side?
We're not
Good
on its
side.
bad
You're
side
very
yet.
trusting of something from hell.
Not everything that's evil, yourself,
Is evil.
is evil.
You're evil?
He's probably lawful evil. He'll probably
His
uphold
daddy's-
his accord.
His daddy's daddy was definitely evil.
I think we should let it go.
I think he deserves a second.
I
chance.
tried. It's too strong.
It is.
How would I free you, Scary Terry?
It kind of chuckles at the name that you've given it.
So we have to dispel it. I cannot do that.
Please.
We have two
Maxine?
people that can.
I will hold the chains. I will hold it.
Vincent.
Who are the two people that can dispel it?
I'm assuming Milkman and the one that
Paperboy.
heals magically.
I cannot dispel it.
Hmm.
Or I will not dispel it.
I would
Either
prefer you
way.
not lie to me.
We should. I'm with Morthos. We should check the rest of the place before we let a fiend go running loose.
Can you ask him if
I
it's
will hold
okay
him.
if we explore and then come back?
Then
Is,
who will
is that
fight?
okay?
The other things that are down.
Of course, he's going
I
to
can
say
do it
no.
one-handed.
I will do what the consensus of the group decides.
I want to let you go.
I
Aye.
They do not want to let you go.
Rhaegar.
Maybe not yet.
It's currently 3 ayes
And
No.
two
and 2 nays. Rygar has not spoken.
Yes.
Does that mean I'm the deciding factor?
No.
You are.
Well, you could be.
That's true.
A nay vote
Oh yeah.
evens it.
and then it's
A
up to
yay
Nelson.
vote
Both
frees
me
it.
again anyway.
I think Solo would say yes.
So
Good.
it's never free
I
creature
don't.
of hell.
A celestial.
I rolled a 19 on my history check. Do I know what it is?
You know that it's a fiend.
Do I know it's a
You don't
carnage
know.
devil?
You have studied these, and you certainly have no love lost for them. You would know what it's generally referred to as. Yeah. You've heard. You speak abyssal and infernal, so you've heard this whole conversation.
Mhm.
You can speak to it if you wish.
Let it go.
Yes.
Well then now that's up to you.
No,
That's the
the
majority.
That's the majority.
Oh, is it?
All right.
Wait. Our accord. What's the agreement again?
State your understanding.
I'm asking you to state your understanding. Which is what? I don't remember.
I will leave you at the city alone, and you will rise.
Does that sound about right? Am I missing anything?
What did he say?
He said
Growling in my ear.
he
and I
will
don't
leave
know what he
us
said.
and the city alone.
He will.
He will.
What about his people?
Scary Terry. I'm not speaking on behalf of his people.
We will not make a pact unless we know he will not go back to
I
send
will not make a
revenge
pact,
back here.
period.
Agreed.
This is all new.
Revenge is not acceptable.
So he said he will leave Waterdeep alone.
He will.
Yeah.
Yeah, his friends have nothing to do with this pact.
So 4 people.
Nelson, just do it.
I agree.
As they're
do
going
it.
on, I just
I
go in the
go-
other cell and look at the
I go over
skeletons.
to him.
This is a hard choice.
Okay.
One
And
wrong
I-
move, boy.
I cast a spell.
The magic is dispelled. It immediately reaches up and just rips the chain off of its throat, looks at you, and extends its hand to you.
Oh,
Hmm.
handshake.
And
Well, I did promise him a good berry.
it doesn't take the good berry.
Oh, I need your blood.
It just extends its hand to you,
I take.
to your already bleeding hand.
Oh, My left hand.
You shake and you feel a shudder, and it just stands still.
You are now a warlock.
And it begins walking forward and walking out
Opportunity attack.
and walking towards the vestibule where Sola is.
Sola,
no.
do an attack.
Oh, great, Sola, take it out.
No.
We didn't tell
I
her.
didn't tell
Yeah.
her.
Is anyone
Nothing.
saying anything?
Oh,
I'm
no.
not.
I rush out.
Sola, kill it.
Yeah.
I say,
Never
Sola,
mind.
we are extending mercy to this creature.
Okay. Mercy is what the wise pursue.
Yes, you are correct.
So she stands back
Cannot wait
I
to see
think
the carnage.
I'm a hex
this guy
blade
will
now, guys.
and licks.
Did you go?
It walks up to
Oh, the other.
this door,
Mm-hmm.
Huh, that's weird.
Dude, if his
And-
friends.
steps on the
I should
plate,
change that part.
and it ignites. It just kind of shakes it off. It opens the door and walks in, and you don't. Are you following? What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Well, I can track it, right?
Yeah, but
Is
it's,
anyone
it's
following?
heading towards the other fiend.
No, we're not. Oh, I'm not.
Alright.
I think I would track it
As in, you're following him.
from a distance.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're walking through.
I
you
would as
watch
well.
it.
Yeah.
I
You
would as
watch it
well.
step on the plates. It lights up the plates.
Right. I hop over.
You watch it go in.
Yep.
Okay, and
I have my sword illuminated.
yep, you can kind of
I follow Eli
Yeah.
as he leaves
see
the room.
as it goes
I'm
around the
alone
corner.
doing
You
this.
lose sight of him.
Mhm.
He goes into the room. Do you follow him in the room?
Let's go, Eli. I'm behind you.
You're behind me?
I'm behind you like
Yeah,
15
we're-
feet.
Yeah.
I follow
10.
you as you
Are you
walk.
following?
10, 15.
I'm gonna
Feel
peer
away.
in.
I mean, we're clearly not going to the portal room or the void room, so.
Well, we can.
We're gonna go out.
So you peer in.
Yep.
You're very
From here?
indecisive.
Yeah.
Okay, you're stepping on. The only way you can peer in is to step on the pressure plates. You
Ah,
can
Hop
either
over
go
it?
in or not, or step on the pressure plates and peer
I'll hop in.
in. Okay, you hop in.
Hot diggity.
And I die.
No.
And where's everyone else right now?
I
15
said I
feet
was
behind him.
following
Yeah, we're
behind Eli.
following behind
Okay.
Eli.
15 feet behind.
I think we
Zeus
just
is
broke
as
this
well. What are you guys doing over here?
I said I was behind Eli. too.
Vincent, you said you were checking out.
I was with the skeletons.
All right, roll
Staying
investigation.
with Vinny for now.
So you guys are back here.
dungeon. Ooh!
I'll follow them.
Please tell me you rolled that 20.
That's a crit.
Natural 20.
27 total.
So you don't find anything on the skeletons, but in the puddles of acid of the gelatinous cube, you find what amounts to 160 gold.
Oh.
Wow.
Between gold and platinum that
Yeah.
has kind of been sucked up by these things throughout
Hmm.
the years. So
I look at Morthos surprisingly and like, you missed this.
Apparently.
and so there are 8 platinum pieces and about 80 gold pieces. So
You're rich.
You are splitting that with me. I did save your life.
Of course.
I thought so. You do not have to tell the rest of the group.
okay,
though.
so you guys are Rygar, where are you?
Who saved your life?
I am following Eli
It doesn't matter.
How close behind?
with the group.
Okay.
You're next to me.
And you guys are kind of in the rear then as you come around. Eli, as
Don't
you
die.
take in the room,
Is this one lit too with
it is all lit up.
No wonder why our electricity bill is so high.
seriously?
It's
What's
ridiculous.
electricity?
It's been running for decades.
First thing you notice is you jump in and you kind of let everyone know that there is plate, I assume, that's here.
Yeah.
You notice flanking you are 2 more of those sentinel type creatures.
Clawed into the pedestal.
You can roll a perception check.
Wrong one.
35.
20. Unnatural.
Unnatural 20. All right. So you see the 2 sentinels that are attached to the pedestal. You see 2 long tables. The first to the south is strewn with mechanical parts and scrap metal, all covered in dust.
Huh.
In one corner, there looks to be a pile of ash, of burned papers that are kind of spread out. With that perception, it seems to be something that was hastily done. As there look to be remains of books and papers that were kind of strewn about there. In the other table, you see a very old but very elaborate alchemist set that is set up. You do see a hammer and anvil and kind of a makeshift forge next by all of the scrap. And as you walk in and kind of peer around, you see as your Carnage Devil friend walks up next to another chained Carnage Devil. Though this one is brighter and looks more fresh, and as it approaches, as soon as it passes through the threshold here, the bonds on this Carnage Devil release. And it turns to you and looks at you, and in Infernal says, and grabs the shoulder of the other one, and they both wink out.
Okay.
I told you we should. I'm not there.
No one's there yet. Anything else in the room? How about where that one was being held? Can I investigate that area?
So as you all kind of move in, jumping over, as you all get into position, you rolled a 20?
Unnatural, yes.
Unnatural. You're kind of watching this, and out of the corner of your eye, you see some movement.
Where?
Along the
mechanical table?
By the mechanical table. And some of the scrap metal begins to move.
Of course it does.
And then as you watch this and your focus is fixed, you hear more than see from underneath the alchemical table the moving of metal. And you turn as these devils wink out, as you see 3 mechanical creatures that step forward, stand up, and all kind of alight themselves to you. These look different. These look like, almost like, they don't look like suits of armor. They look like metallic automatons. They have a warhammer is one hand, and they have a pincer claw as their other hand. And as they step forward, you turn as they are moving forward, And as you cross the threshold of the statue that's in front of you, you hear a click. As you step on a plate, and immediately you hear as flame erupts from the floor around you.
This is good. This is really good.
I need you to make a dex save.
Oh my gosh, I'm surrounded.
17.
As you dive out of the way, the flame barely misses you. These flames continue to erupt and are continuously pouring forth jets of flame. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Come on, baby.
Oh!
Where were
In a
you?
row. I don't know what I'm gonna do though.
Ooh.
What'd you get?
Freaking dog is in that 20.
This is my third good.
I got an
All
8 in my roll
right.
too.
So,
18.
I said I had an 8 in mine.
21 through 25.
Zeus had a nat 20. 21.
23. 23.
Vincent,
23.
23 as well.
I'll let Rygar go first.
16 through 20.
16.
18.
Good rolls, guys.
Yeah, my third good initiative tonight.
10 through 15.
12.
Morthos,
8.
roll 1, 2.
2.
Melsine,
7. Again.
You roll.
For the third time.
that's impressive. Ooh, that was good though too. Hold, you had an 18.
That's right. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, why is there state?
Okay. Rygar, you are up, my friend.
Alright. I am going to take aim at 2 automatons.
Two separate ones?
Yep, 2 separate ones.
Okay.
And
Which two? North? So 1, 2, 3.
both closer to the south.
So the 2 south?
Yep.
Alright.
Not
Roll your-
using sharpshooter, but using hex.
So
Or
you cast
sharpshooter. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Void?
Void. That's the
Void.
one.
Okay, so
No,
use
no.
Void. You can do that once per round? Yeah, so I actually did that wrong before. You can use it on once per round.
Right.
So which one are you using that on? First one, second one.
Closer one.
Okay. Roll your attack with Void. This is the Void attack.
All right. Well, 12.
12 to hit.
12 to hit.
That misses.
Okay.
And the second attack on the other one,
That was a 28.
that hits. Okay. Roll your damage. This is not the voided one. So it is a non-magical arrow.
10.
10 damage. Okay. As it penetrates, it kind of reaches up and breaks it off, and it doesn't seem to pierce quite as deeply into the heavily armored automaton as you might otherwise. But you do see a bit of reddish, orangish flame kind of erupt out, and again, its eyes are reddish, orangish as they're fixed on you. Vincent,
There's 3 or 4 of them.
there are
Three.
3 of them.
That's
North, all the way is number 1, and then 2 to the south. 1, 2.
I will cast web on the bottom 2.
Web on the bottom 2.
Yeah, in a way where it's not hitting the fire.
So you can't do it in a way that is hitting the fire because you can get square here or a square here, but there's no square without the fire inside.
Oh, you can't do it like a diagonal.
Yeah.
No, it's,
On a
it's
diamond.
unfortunately.
Too.
If you had if you was
You just have to move.
circular, you'd be able to get in, but the square can only get
I
in
need that.
one or the other.
Uh-huh.
I'm in trouble.
Well then, right now I'll just cast firebolt on the lower one.
Firebolt on the lower one.
Yeah.
Right, roll your attack.
16
This is the
plus
same one that
8.
Rygar hit.
Yeah, 16,
16 plus 8.
Yeah.
That hits. Roll your damage.
3.
Okay, and as the firebolt impacts on its armor, it seems to dissipate without effect.
It's not good news.
Okay, Zeus.
Where is he actually?
He is right north of Rygar.
I'm gonna have him hold his ground.
Okay.
Defensive position.
So he'll attack anything that comes near it.
Sure.
Very good. Rygar, the one that attacked you, or you attacked, moves up directly across from the flame and reaches through the flame with its pincer hand to grapple you and pull you towards it. So I need you to roll a dex save.
Yeah. Not what I.
That is yeah.
Critically failed.
You didn't think that was cocked?
I mean, it was. But
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. I need to see if it hits you first. That's a 23 to hit, which hits. So then you failed. So it does
45.
It does 11 bludgeoning damage as it crushes around you and then pulls you forward into the flame.
Through the fire.
And you are on the flame and you take another 5 fire damage. Okay? And that is its turn. And this one steps aside and goes to grapple you, Mylandra, and pull you forward as well. That's a natural 20. Number 3. I need you to roll a dex save.
And a concentration save.
We all have a
Perhaps.
inspiration.
19. 19.
19. So as it clamps around you, you take the 13 bludgeoning damage, but you're able to wiggle out and it is unable to pull you towards it. Now roll a constitution save, please. You gotta get a 10 or higher with your con save.
2.
2 plus con save is at the top.
Oh, plus 2. 4.
4. Alright, so you fail, so you lose your concentration on your hex spell. But you're not in the fire, so that's good.
Wait, how much damage did I take from the grapple?
13.
13.
That's not your HP. 21.
I think so, unless he doesn't update it.
So you have 28 HP. Down 13, you're at 15. Okay? And Eli, this one comes up to you and takes 2 swings with the club at you. And that's an 11
No.
and a 19.
Yeah.
Okay?
This was
And that
this was
is-
under us the whole time.
That is 12 bludgeoning damage to you. Alright, it is now Hold's turn.
Oh man. First I look towards Eli and like, I'm gonna go help him. And then I see Rhaegar get pulled into the fire. And so I run around so that I'm next to both of them.
Okay?
Yeah. And I will punch
Oh.
the thing in front of me.
Alright, roll your attack. Roll your d20.
Ten.
10.
I crit failed, audience, by the way.
Roll an attack.
You punch Melandra in the face.
Attack damage
punch
or
me.
attack?
Attack to see if you hit Rygar.
16.
Does that meet your armor class?
Good.
So you miss,
My God.
and your blow goes wide, barely missing Rygar as he is being cooked alive.
And I swing again.
All right.
I'm like, same hand too. 24.
24 hits. Roll your damage.
13.
13 damage. Very nice.
And then I will attempt to separate those two. You know what? I'm going to attempt to hit the construct or dwarven, whatever it is, away. Yeah, away.
Knock it.
Down to
knock
the
it,
southwest.
Knock it
Out of the flame.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, so try to move it beyond the wall. It's because there's a wall here. You can
Oh,
move
well
it
then
here.
just south. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, when I hit it, I'm gonna hit his arm grapple thing. So hopefully that all moves with him.
Yep.
25.
10. So he has moved back, and Rygar is still grappled,
But not on fire.
but in between the two flames. Okay. And it is now Melandra's turn.
And then I will move right next to him. Yeah.
Okay. Well done. Melandra,
Can I recast my hex?
you can. That's your second spell for the day, unless you take a short rest. You're going back on a short rest, but you can recast it. Who are you casting it on?
On the guy that tried to kill me.
Okay.
I'm pissed.
I like
So
it.
that is that's your bonus action. You can now take your action to make your 2 attacks. I'm assuming they're on that same person. Yep. Roll your attacks.
Is this disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage? No,
Do
just
I?
straight up.
No?
Straight up attacks.
Sucks. 9.
9 misses. Then roll your second one. As the first one sails wide, as
15
you
plus 7.
15 plus 7 hits. The second one, however, hits if you knock it back 10 feet, and you roll your damage. D10 plus D6 plus 5.
8 plus 5.
So 13. And you see a chunk of the armor kind of blown out of the way, and you see the infernal machinations inside as there are gears whirring and the same sort of reddish orange light emanating. It's this mix of mechanical construct and almost magical being, all that's making this go. And so, are you staying there, or?
I will move towards where Eli is. To the north? Is that the north?
Up towards Eli. So 5, 10, 15. There's a statue here, so you have to go around.
Okay, yeah, I'll stay.
Stay right there. All right, very good. Eli, you are up.
And that one's up on me.
Oh, I left you there.
Looks like it.
On your own.
So I'm going to attack the one that's up on me.
All right, roll your 2 attacks.
Save Eli.
Both of them are 18s.
And they both hit.
Eli can save himself.
So roll your 2d8 plus 2d4 plus
13 plus 3 is 16 plus 10. Nope. Is it? No, it's plus 12. Because
Oh yeah, you're right.
I just did my, what was it? 13
36.
plus 3 is 16 plus
so
12, 28.
28. Nice.
Can
So
I?
your
Okay.
radiant blade cuts through the armor with ease, and again you hear a kind of screech from inside as this arcane energy does not seem to take kindly to the radiant damage.
Different than the other guardians?
Similar. It's kind of like an internal screaming out as the radiant energy sears through it.
Right next to her.
Okay.
Okay, are you staying put?
I can't disengage as a bonus action, so
That's correct.
can I dodge as a bonus action?
You cannot.
Yes.
Morthos, what are you doing, brother?
I am going to
Yes.
flank the construct with Eli,
Ooh, fancy.
even if it means I have to run through the flame.
Oh,
You have 40,
Yep.
just dancing in the.
so you run out and you run through the flames. The flames lick at you a little bit, but with your fire resistance, you're able to
Oh.
kind of able to slough that off, and you can roll your attack with advantage.
I'll be using my ice dagger and casting booming blade. Be a 25.
25 hits. Roll your damage.
9, 16, 19 plus 5, 24.
24. So you pierce into its back as its full attention is on Eli, and the thunderous boom emanates forward. And again, its whole body is racked and surrounded by this energy. And again, you hear a screech as the kind of internal mechanisms grind and the gears almost come to a halt as it then pushes through.
Not
And
vulnerable to cold damage, is it?
it is not vulnerable to cold damage, although it does kind of slow it, but then it pushes through as the internal flame feeds it and it continues on. You have a bonus action if you care to use it. That's your full movement.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I'll use my bonus action to attack with my rapier.
All right, roll your attack.
Be a 19.
19 hits. Roll your damage. Do not add your dex bonus to it.
8.
8. Ooh, max.
Maxed.
And you pierce through again, and
It's metal.
you find purchase, though you don't quite
Metal
do as much damage as you would have with the magical damage. But you can feel some of the gears inside being displaced. Melsine,
I wanna come in the room, obviously.
okay, so that's 10 feet of movement.
Uh-huh. And how large are these flames?
They're shooting up about 10 feet high. The ceilings, by the way, are about 15 feet high here.
Okay.
And
Do I see any water? Probably not.
do you see what?
Water.
There is no water.
Yeah, didn't think so.
She's thirsty.
Yes.
Water break.
Warding wind would not be effective, would it?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanna cast warding wind to extinguish a flame.
Okay. Warning wind. You had that prepared today?
I
assume?
do.
So warding wind.
You know what? That won't work.
That's a Xanathar spell.
It's a Xanathar
Yeah.
spell, but it says torch size are smaller.
Yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
a gout of flame emerging from the floor.
All right. Well, in that case, I want to healing word Eli.
What level?
First level.
All right. So roll a d4 plus 5.
6.
So Eli gets 6 points of health.
And those guys are standing within 5 feet of each other, correct? Sorry, I can't see around the camera.
So there's one here and here,
Yep.
and then there's one here. They're all outside of. These two are 10 feet apart.
Oh.
Actually, they're 15
Yeah,
feet
holds next to him. You're
apart. Yeah,
seeing
that's
hold.
hold.
Oh,
here.
I'm seeing hold.
This is
Another
hold.
metal construct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna clubberang the one next to hold.
All right, roll your attack.
13 plus stuff.
13 plus 1.
18.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Uh, 11.
11. And the shillelagh on this holds, and so you do the magical damage of the shillelagh as it slams into what would be its head. It's kind of weirdly constructed, almost like there's no neck. It's just kind of there with the penetrating fiery eyes. And the clubberang smashes across his head and then returns to you. You said 11 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Very good. Rygar, you're up again.
All right. Could I take out my sword and attack my grappler?
You can. You can also make a dex save to try to escape the grapple. That would be your action if you chose to do so.
All right. Yeah, I'll
All right, it's an acrobatics check. Go ahead. This is your action.
19 plus
19 is
yeah,
plus
24.
escapes. And so you are free from the grapple. That was your action. You are still next to him between the two flames.
I'd like to if I move away. Yeah, I feel it. Alright, I'll just stay put.
Alright, so Vincent, you're up.
Now I will cast web.
You can now cast web, and both of them are within the area.
Yeah,
And
floor
so
to
they
ceiling.
Yeah.
Floor to ceiling, yep.
Yep.
It is as Vincent holds out his hand and takes a little silk sack from a spider and crushes it as he replaces it back into his component pouch, and immediately webbing shoots forth from all angles of the two walls and engulfs both of these two constructs. I need to make a dex save
Yeah, at the start of their turn.
at the start of my turn.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
So right now they're whipped, no matter what.
Well, if they fail their dex saves, then they are
Yep.
restrained.
So Zeus is up.
They're not restrained right now.
I don't know. This is the start of their turn. Maybe.
Zeus is here.
I'm looking.
There's a statue there that he can't go through.
Right. What
He
he's
could try to go under the table or on top of the table or
no, what he's looking at is
around.
actually trying to drag Rygar away by the cape.
He
Or no, there's a statue right
there's a
there.
statue there as well.
Oh crap.
Oh, yeah, I was stuck.
He's going to back out of the room, hop over the thing,
He hops over the lightning.
and hold back there to free up space.
Vincent, I assume you move forward to see that and then move back.
Feet is down.
Where's the opening of the door? Or the room?
Right here with the pressure plates.
Oh, it's down.
So you,
Yeah.
So you would have moved in 15 and then back to the same spot. Or you could stay one closer.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. And Zeus went, and the enemies now go. And I make 2 dex saves. So this guy, it's a 19 on the dice.
Yeah, that.
We should use their
And
disadvantage.
this guy,
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to use a disadvantage?
We're saving it for the boss.
Okay.
natural 20. Number 4 tonight.
Jeez.
All right. So they both make their saves and are free to move out of that space. Which this one
Good
steps.
luck.
This one steps to the right and moves forward and goes to grapple Rygar.
He's not in the web still?
No,
Yeah, the
they
webs.
just passed their.
20-foot cube.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Yeah, they're
it's
on the edge.
here because if there's any farther over, it would be in the fire.
Right.
Fire there.
So that attack is a 21, which I assume hits,
See?
and that is 11 bludgeoning damage to you. And I need you to roll a dex save.
15 plus 8.
So you avoid the grapple, but you take 11 bludgeoning damage. This one stays put and makes 2 attacks on you, Hold.
Great.
With the club. The first is a 25, and the second is a natural 1,
Yay.
which is 10.
Mm.
Oh. And that is cocked. That's a 26 on this guy.
So he swings around and hits his own dude.
So he goes back to hit you a second time and hits his own dude.
Yes.
Nice.
And so against his own teammate, he does 12 bludgeoning damage.
Excellent.
They start fighting.
And against you, Hold, he does
45 damage.
13.
Oof.
What a turd.
Okay? And this one turns to you, Morthos, and takes 2 swipes at you.
Sure.
Does he look like he has eyes?
What do you mean, does he look like he has eyes?
Can I blind him?
Oh, let me check my Tome of Beasts.
That looks new. That thing's thick.
He had it last week. I saw it there.
This is a
Is that like an older version?
No, it's 5e, but it's not made by Dungeons and
no. This is not an official. This is not an official monster. This is a Kobold Press. They make some great stuff. They have a Tome of Beasts, and they have another one that I have at home, and another one they just did a Kickstarter on, which
Nice.
We don't mind sponsorships.
is true. Okay, where's this guy? Got to mark him. He is. Here it is. What am I checking now?
Can I blind him?
Oh, can you blind? He's immune to. He's not immune to blindness.
I want to blind him.
Okay.
Not amplified.
So on one attack, he has disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
And that is a 16 and a 15, so that is 24 to hit.
Yep. Uncanny dodge.
Okay. So that is
That is uncanny.
12, halved down to 6. And the second attack is a normal attack. And that is 17 on the dice.
Yep.
Plus 9 is 26. And so that is 15. 15 bludgeoning damage to you.
That one hurt.
Okay. Those are all the enemies. Hold, you are up.
There's a wall next to me. Is there any way I can?
There's a wall directly next. Yeah, here.
All right. I can't go around the corner.
You can try to scoot through.
Yeah, I'm
Make an
gonna try to go
acrobatics
around.
check.
My favorite skill. I rolled a 1 total. Do I do it?
You
Did I
try.
make it?
You try, but you fall prone in that spot.
Oh my
I
god.
assume you stand back up, and that's half of your movement.
What a waste of movement.
That was a good effort.
I will criminally punch this guy.
Roll your attack.
19.
19 hits. Roll your damage.
10.
10. Very good.
And I will punch him again. Crit.
Fail. Crit fail.
All right. Damage double.
Ooh, this is big. All ones. That one's cocked.
That's cocked.
Ooh, I like it.
16.
16. Very
Not
nice.
too shabby.
And then I will.
So as you get up in an anger and you move the momentum of standing up to do an uppercut to this thing, and you hit underneath its chest plate and dislodge it as it's kind of, now there's a gap, and the light immediately begins to pour forth, and you can see the whirring gizmos and gears inside, even as this infernal light kind of powers it. You follow it up with another smash to what would be its kind of rib cage, denting it in as this thing is being pummeled into pieces.
I'm gonna attempt to knock it back.
Roll your 30. He moves back deeper into the webbing. It's at the beginning of his turn, right? And you have 15 feet of movement left if you care to do anything. There are magical webs right in front of you.
Do this.
I move in 5 feet.
Wow.
Okay? You move in, and at the beginning of your turn, you will need to make a dex save to see if you're restrained.
Okay.
This is restrained, not grappled. So all advantage attacks against you if you're restrained. Still doing that?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Melandra, you're up.
Just a spider web.
A magical
A
spider
20-foot
web.
tall one.
So
Well,
I
15.
can't go through the statue and there's
help that
that
guy.
fire, right? There's no space to go by.
Where are you trying to go? Here? You can go around here if you're trying to do that.
First is the
I can't go the
You
other
have
way.
to make a
There's a statue behind you.
No,
So
what's your number? 15?
there's a statue right here behind you. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, each
Alright,
creature
yeah,
that starts
I'll
its turn or enters it during his turn.
So you need to make
I
a.
passed.
You did.
Yeah, I'll move forward.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Can I-
25, 30.
Plus 2 on dex saves.
Is that what you're trying to do?
If I stayed at like 20, do I have visual to attack or?
Yeah, you have a clean shot on this guy here.
Okay. Oh,
Clean shot here. He is not hexed, however, this is the one that's hexed.
and I
So,
can't move.
from a strategic standpoint, the wise thing to do is
Yeah, I
to
was
keep
gonna-
blasting away at this guy.
Yeah, then I'll just move down.
So, you're here, and you can see him through the flame, and you can take your 2 shots.
Okay.
Wait, are you flying?
No.
No, she's just shooting.
Yep, go ahead and roll your 2 attacks.
19.
19
plus
hits.
7.
Roll your second attack right away.
6 plus 7.
Does not hit. So roll your 1d10 plus 1d6 plus 5.
I take it one.
No, you have to reroll it. There's no choice. You have to reroll it. You have to reroll it.
No, that's better.
Yeah.
8 plus 5.
13, alright.
Plus what? Any other pluses?
So the armor gets blasted and he gets moved back
Into the web.
into the web. And so on his turn he will make a save. Eli, you're up.
We're in flanking,
You are flanking.
so 16 plus for the first
That
one,
hits,
and 9 plus 7, 16.
misses.
Alright.
So roll your damage for the first attack.
What am I doing? Sorry. 11.
11, very good. And you gouge its back, finding the same opening that Morthos had created. You pierce through with your broken sword and run it across what would be its spine, opening up its armor even further as the infernal mechanisms are barely holding themselves together. Morthos, you're up. As you see Eli
Obviously, I'm
assault
gonna
him
be,
from behind.
doing the same thing as before.
Yep.
25.
That hits. Roll your damage.
These things are tanks.
Fighting mini hold.
Maybe that's why they're not dying.
23.
23 damage.
Kill it. That's gotta kill it.
And obviously, if he moves, he takes 2d8.
So
again.
as you pierce directly into what would be between its eyes, and you jam it in and pull it down. And as you pull it down, the mechanisms and the armor plating just begin to fall apart as you feel a dissipation and explosion of the mechanisms on the inside. The shrapnel rains down around you as a grenade-like explosion goes off.
Of course it
And
does.
I need Eli and Morthos to make dex saves.
Wowzers.
14.
14,
Yeah.
that passes.
Woo.
24.
That also passes.
You fail.
So that was a good roll too. That's 16 fire damage, halved
Can I,
to 8
can
for
I
you.
take uncanny dodge?
No, but evasion makes that
Evasion.
0. Oh, you don't have
He
evasion.
doesn't have evasion.
So that's 8, but you're also resistant to fire, so it's 4.
4.
Eli took 8. Okay, and this enemy is done. And it is now, unless you care to move, Morthos, you still have your full movement left and a bonus action.
Sure, let's move directly south about 20.
Okay. Very good. Melcine, you are up.
Okay, if I move to the west, can I thorn whip the guy, the southernmost guy? If I continue over further.
You can see him, but he is behind hold, behind the
Right.
other one.
I mean further.
West here? There's
Yeah.
a wall. This is
That's a wall.
That's a big old pillar.
Alright, then I don't want to do that. I just want to move down in front of my Landra.
Okay, so you went 5, 10, let's say 15, 20, 25, 30. You could get to here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay?
And I want to...
They are within each other.
Yep, I want to clever ring it.
Alright, which one are you focusing on first?
The one that is... That... I think
North
you
or
have
south?
it hexed.
Oh,
South.
south. Alright.
11.
So as you release the clubberang, it sails wide, kind of banging against some of the webbing, though the magical essence of your clubberang able it to power through, and you make your attack on the second one.
Okay. 20. Unnatural.
And that one hits. So roll your damage on the north, closer to hold.
6.
6. And this one knocks it in the back of the head, and it kind of looks over at you as the clubberang comes back and you catch it.
Didn't you shillelagh that thing?
She did shillelagh.
Yeah, I did.
That's your
And-
action. You have a bonus action?
Yeah, I wanna use a Balm of Summer Court.
Okay.
For Eli.
Okay.
So 3. And I want to use another one for hold.
You can only do one person.
Oh,
with a
right.
bonus action.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so hold, you get 3 hit points back. And it
Eli.
is now Rygar's turn.
I'd like to just attack the one in front of hold. Both attacks. I'm going to void the first arrow.
Make your attack.
That is 22
That hits.
and 19.
They both hit.
All
Roll
right.
your damage. The first one with the void.
Ooh. All right, so that is 7. That is 13 void, and then 8.
So 21 total.
Yes.
So as you take careful aim through the fire and past hold with your kind of eagle eyes and sharpshooter training, you take shot ignoring the cover that it has from hold. The first one pierces directly in its chest, and immediately there's a flashing away, exposing its internal mechanisms. The second one hits in exactly the same spot, and you see a fluttering of sparks as all of the mechanisms are broken apart, and there's a explosion. Hold, I need you to make a dex save.
13.
13 does not make the save. And this is a
That was a lot of dice.
17 fire damage to you.
Down.
And hold goes down.
Thanks, Ray.
Just dangling from the web.
Oh, and I'm in the web.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Great.
Okay. And it is now Zeus's turn. Well, Vincent's up. Vincent's up.
I'll just move all the way across, or straight across, and then prepare a firebolt in case the guy gets out of the web.
Alright, so if he moves to the right, you're shooting him.
Yes.
Very good. Zeus is staying still. He makes his save. I'm sorry, makes his roll, and that is a 14.
No, that's not going to do it.
So he is restrained in the web.
Sweet. Correct.
He
Can't do it.
Next
looks
turn.
at Rygar and extends his arm out to grapple you. No, he can't.
No.
You're more than 10 feet. He looks at Melcene and goes to grapple you because you are within 10 feet.
Yeah, I guess.
And so he makes his attack,
According to Pythagoras.
and that is a 21 to hit.
Pythagoras would say.
And so you take 5 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a dex save.
What's the square root of 200?
6.
14.
14, that makes the save, and you're able to wiggle out and not be pulled forward, and is now hold. I need you to make a death save.
Pass.
Okay, 1 success for hold.
Yeah, boy, I'm a
My
winner.
Landra sees hold go down, and she uses her, I forget what it's called, but essentially the
Light.
same as the Balm of
Eldritch
Summer
Blast.
Court.
Mm-hmm.
Eldritch Blast on hold.
So you get 2 health back, hold.
Whamma lamma.
Alright, that is her bonus action. And as an action, she takes 2 shots.
Okay.
And those are with advantage because he is restrained.
25.
Hits.
25.
Alright, so roll your 2d10 plus 2d6 plus 10.
$29.
Wow.
What spell is that?
Radiant
Eldritch
damage.
Blast.
Oh, force damage.
Just her Eldritch
And
Blast.
he is blown to pieces.
Yay.
Hold, make a.
Hold. The webbing, I assume, dissipates, and you are out of combat. As
I'm good. I'm good.
the flames continue to pour forth, you do know the mechanism that you stepped upon to activate them.
Yeah. Do you need thieves' tools to undo that, or can anyone do that?
Yes, you would need to go and.
So, Morthos, I triggered these flames. Can you fix me? Fix it?
Sure, I will attempt to.
Next week, he can fix it.
Ooh, I don't know. 17.
And all the flames go out as the triggering mechanism is extinguished. The room falls silent. The flames are out.
I go over to Hold and I'm going to use one of my healer's kit on Hold.
Okay, so you use a healer's kit on Hold. Go ahead.
2 plus 7 plus your hit dice, so 12.
So you get 12 healing.
Wait, what's your hit?
Or
dice?
how many hit dice do you have? Sorry.
5.
Yeah.
Number of hit dice, not what
It's
you
the number,
Right.
not what you use.
Right,
Yep.
how many hit dice?
Are you doing any
So
other
what do I
healing?
do? How much?
Plus
14?
12.
12.
5 plus 12.
Are you doing any other healing?
No, 2 plus 7 plus 5. 14, right? 14.
I
Alright,
am not at
she
the
goes.
moment.
Okay.
You said
So as Melsine reaches out and heals you with her healing kit,
Deal.
her necklace begins to glow
Oh,
and
crap.
you disappear.
I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Who disappeared?
Melsine.
Melsine is
Me?
gone.
Why?
Because I won't be here for the next 3 weeks.
Oh, we're in trouble.
We should have finished this dungeon.
We should. Yeah.
Now
She
we're fine.
poofs back because we
Now we're
keep
fine.
playing. No one has school tomorrow.
Call
or
out.
work.
Nobody
work.
has work
18.
tomorrow.
You don't. You're
Uh,
off.
Well, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
You all still have your
fair
I
enough.
roll my-
yeah.
You all
I
still
just
have your
ate
good
mine.
berries? I
I
did
just ate
ask.
Mm-hmm.
Just ate mine, and I'm going to use my second wind.
Good
Okay,
Well, I'm
so
screwed. Okay.
Hold, you eat yours.
Can we take a short rest?
Full 10.
Yes.
So you get
Yeah.
11,
I get 10 plus
1, right? Plus the good berry.
10 plus 5.
Let's take
So
a short
6
rest,
10 plus
guys.
5 plus a good berry.
So 16. All right.
16 more.
All right.
33.
So as the room falls silent, Melsine is whisked away, and the rest of you are left with your broken, battered, bloody bodies. And that is where we'll pick things up next week.
Perfect.
Alright.
All right.
That's how we like it.
It's
Half
nothing like,
dead.
it's nothing like freeing fiends and almost dying in a dungeon.
And let it be known, though, that the fiends weren't the reason we almost died.
Yeah. It's a
That
good,
would have
Yet.
been way harder,
it's a good thing.
way harder, if you did not free that fiend.
You're welcome.
Good thing I rolled what I rolled when I rolled it.
All right.
These are empty ones.
Austin, why don't you come in here and give us a little send away?
Pretty damn strong.
Hi there.
Hi, Austin.
Thanks for all those who watched.
Get a
and-
little lower here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
Lower.
Oh, that's precious.
Oh.
How we
Where's the
And
tongue?
told you.
they both have the shirts with the
I,
cool
you
patterns.
know, it's summertime.
We're
We
flowering,
need more
guys.
tongue.
Thanks for all who watched and gave bits and advantage. It may or may not have been
Veneration.
sorry for the internet issues. For those of you who are catching back up on YouTube, it should be clear and clean there. So we hope to figure those out over this next week and see you next Tuesday.
All right, awesome. Thank you for those who auto-hosted All Natural 20s. Thank you
Woo!
for
Yes.
dropping in on us, and they have an awesome D&D show themselves that you should totally check out on Twitch. And it's a great channel, a bunch of ladies who know how to have a good time. And we will certainly look forward to seeing the rest of you here with us next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock as we continue to loot, die, and repeat. Good night, everybody.
Hey!